Well, hello and welcome,
Good
everybody.
evening.
Holy shit,
What's
it's
happening?
Friday night.
Again.
It's This Round's on me. I'm Taverns.
Anna Lovecraft.
Oh, thank you for
What's
joining
happening?
us, everybody.
What's cracking? It's
Oh
Friday
my
night.
God, yes. Ooh, got
is
some piping hot.
Fuller than it should be.
It is. I got some piping hot grog here.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's having a great Friday
I hope
night
it's going
already.
good for everybody.
Yeah, we're having a good time already.
I'm stoked. I'm
Yes.
all bowed up. I'm ready for an adventure.
Oh, we always love a good dragon adventure, so this is right up our alley.
Full on fucking
Full on rage.
RPG. That's what's happening right now. That's what's going down.
That's great. Anna rocking the leather coat there.
I'm ready for an adventure.
Yeah,
I have a satchel.
This is custom shit, by
I
the
got
way.
a satchel with a go bag ready.
Oh,
I got
we do.
rope and all kinds of stuff in there. all the important stuff.
Yes.
Rope.
And we already got some great people in the house tonight. We got
What's
James
going on?
Garage Gamers.
What's up,
I can't
dude?
believe you made it.
Oh.
Thanks for coming by.
Oh, I almost nudged you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
It's so funny. Yeah.
We got Candy Star of the house.
Hello,
Hi,
love you,
Candy.
love you,
Thanks for
love you,
coming
love you,
by.
love
We got
you.
Kenny G and Tony K.
Love
Hi,
you,
Mom
love
and
you, love you.
Dad.
What's cracking?
Yes.
Happy Friday.
And we got Michael in the house,
Hey,
Beauty
what's
Retro.
going
What's
on,
going
dude?
on, brother? Thanks for coming
Happy Friday.
by. Yeah, I'm drinking a cup of coffee tonight.
Cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
Cup of
Yes.
coffee.
Highlander grog specifically. So
yeah.
it's my favorite blend of coffee. Real good shit.
Is it Highlander or Highland?
I thought it was Highland grog. It's Highlander grog.
Is it really?
It is.
I've ordered it a bunch of times and never paid attention.
Yeah, I think some people may change it, but I thought that was only a brand for one people, but there's like 18 different coffee shops that all have Highlander grog, so it must be like,
Specific
you
blend.
say like, oh, it's a pale ale, it's a specific blend
they're
of
all
malt.
different.
Yeah, it's all different.
kinds
So
of piss.
yes. And Derek's in the house. Says, hi, all,
Hey!
spring break. I know,
Yo,
right?
Woo!
I know. I got my sleeves off and ready to
Party.
go. Yeah. Ooh, baby.
Cracking on tonight. It's my pick.
Yes.
This round's on me.
We're moving away from cats and we're getting back into dragons.
I love dragons. They're like my favorite.
Yeah,
I've
dragons are
always loved
sweet.
them.
Yeah.
And when I say that, it includes Jurassic Park, because dinosaurs are dragons.
Yeah. Let's face
Let's just
it.
put it out there now. Just log off if you don't know. Dragon Age came out in 2009.
Yes.
Hardcore in the 360 world, and
Yeah, you were the first one to play these, because I've been a BioWare fan for a long time, but
Yep.
I saw the Dragon Age series, I was like, I don't know about it, and then you got into it, and then you got really into it, so
hard.
tonight,
Yeah, that's my jam.
Dragon Age Origins.
I've played a lot of games that, you have a party system with the whole deal.
Yes.
But this was the first one that I played that I realized that through just random chit chat you can ruin your whole game with people.
Yep.
It's the first one ever that
Yeah.
I don't remember the conversation specifically, but like the best archer in the whole game, I was like, I don't think I see it that same way, and he's like, fine, I'm gone, and left.
Yeah, then he
and
just
there's no getting him back. It's over.
Yeah. So this game really laid the groundwork for a lot of what Baldur's Gate
Dialogue
3
heavy.
did,
Yeah.
and with like, same company, and just that whole like every fucking move you make has consequences. And it's what makes Baldur's Gate 3 so amazing yet so tedious at the same time, because you feel like
really some
Yeah.
games you just like skip the dialogue. If you skip the dialogue, and
no,
sometimes
you'll never make it.
you'll never yeah, you'll end up at the end with no help. Just the worst of the worst. It's got 15 different people that you can choose from throughout your party. That changes as you go along. We're not going to get to see half them people, but
No, we should
we'll see a couple people.
we'll see a couple. So James says that spring break, Derek's gone wild.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's
I want
like
that,
those old
like that video
girls
you can
gone wild.
order,
Yeah.
yeah.
You see grainy footage of Derek on a
Yeah.
pole or something. And cats are just tiny dragons, says
It's
Candy.
true.
And
It is
James
true.
loves Jurassic Park Lost World. That was such a great stream.
Oh my god, I watched it so little while I was at work, but I was laughing the whole time. It was so fun.
Yeah, I told Anna only seen about 10 minutes of the game. I'm like, that's the only 10 minutes of the game that all of us saw. We all saw the same 10 minutes of game. Just over and over. That's what was so good about it.
I can't do games like that.
Just the frustration.
Kudos to you guys for doing that
Yeah.
and not just throwing whatever apparatus you had as a controller at the wall.
Well, I think games like that
10,
make the
15 minutes
perfect
in.
live stream games, especially when you have a group of people,
Because
like type of
everybody
live
can
stream.
feel each other's pain.
Yeah,
We've all been
everybody
there,
knows what
where
that's
you're just
like.
why why can't I do this? And then you do it, and then you die stupidly, and then you got to do that part all over again, and then you jump off a bridge.
And then Derek made a good point during that stream too about like, you know, everybody who bought PlayStation or got PlayStations for Christmas and stuff. Like, what if that was one of the games you got? Oh. You only have a couple, and you don't want, you know, your parents see you plugging back in your N64 like I'm playing fucking Zelda again. Fuck this goddamn dinosaur. Like, what's with all this new graphics? The game sucks.
It's horrible.
You know?
Yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty funny thing.
That's a really good analogy right there. Because yes, I firmly believe that though, that some games, they've proven it. Some games only do well when they come in a bundle. Yeah. Because then people get the sales, and then people have to play that. Like, you get your N64 with 3 games. Yeah. You might not even like one of them at all, but you're going to play the hell out of it. Cause
yeah. It's one as long as you got Zelda Ocarina of Time in there, you're good.
You'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael's laughing at that. He says, yeah, Derek, 10 minutes over and over. Yeah, I could have watched it for days. Oh, it was so good. Yeah. Just that fucking one rock. They must have knew that you could clip through it, but every time they went to like half land on the rock and they would just clip through the rock and fall. Oh my God, Mark's just rage fest of just like, who created this shit? It was pure comedy gold. And Michael says, just like the dinosaurs, so much of that game will be unexplored forever. Yeah. That freaking platform we kept clipping through and falling down. Oh my God, that was so hilarious, dude. That was the second I seen that, I was like, they could have fixed that. That's just a polygon that's not in the right spot. Like, you could easily have fixed that.
But why should they?
Someone was like, nah, leave it in.
Leave it, yeah.
Because they just know. Oh, my God. But
takes a game that you could beat in 3 hours to, like, a 3-day thing.
Oh, I told him, I said, if you really want to get pissed, look up the 32-minute speedrun of it. You'll really get fucking mad.
No, that's when you lose your mind. And then you find out it's a 14-year-old, and then you really get pissed off.
Yeah, well, it's a guy in a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this.
We're gonna do some Dragon Age.
Let's do it.
There's gonna be a whole lot of talking in this game. A lot of dialogue.
Yeah, this is very dialogue heavy. So
we're all gonna talk while they talk.
Yeah, we'll be chatting while we're doing stuff.
Try to make the right choice.
Yeah. All right, let's get it.
Alrighty.
Let's get it.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I played Fable on PC last time. It's been a while since I messed with a 360 controller.
I know my custom one that I have is a 360 style. So picking it up, I was like, oh, it kind of feels familiar, but it's also
totally
very different. So, and let us know if that game volume is absurdly high or not.
Yeah, we'll see what it's like.
That's a great picture. Oh, this one on the door here, Dan?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Or the picture quality of the game one.
Now, okay, you get to choose your person. There's 6 different places you can start, 6 different starting worlds, and they are all radically different from each other.
Now, you have a rhyme and reason on who you're picking tonight, right?
I have, yeah, basically one specific reason why I'm picking what I would not ever normally pick, just for one specific reason.
Tim Curry.
It's Tim Curry.
It's Tim Curry.
It's Tim Curry. That's the reason. So, personally, I think one of the best playthroughs is Common Dwarf. I think Common Level Dwarf is got one of the best stories. You know, you start, you take someone else's armor, you get into a gladiator pit, fight your way to the top, you become awesome. I think that's...
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of
Put a pin in it.
Which brought the darkspawn.
What did Hannah just call me?
The mages had sought to usurp heaven.
Is that game volume okay, guys? Can you hear it all right, or
instead,
is it too loud?
Destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption.
I love a good intro.
Me too. I love intros like this too that aren't specifically like a video,
gameplay,
or like a gameplay. Okay, perfect. Thank you, James.
They became a blight upon the lands.
Yeah, because the action's probably going to get pretty loud in this. It looks like the... Oh yeah, the blight. Okay, thank you.
The dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall. And from the deep roads, the The Darkspawn drove at us again and again until finally we neared annihilation.
You can get that golem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, 2009. This was some pretty awesome graphics.
Epic.
Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from
Heroes.
every race. Warriors and mages. Barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail.
How cool is that?
Oh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, I never played this. I watched you play it, and for some reason this game, and I don't know if it was because of the area you were in, but this game gave me like really weird nightmares all the time.
I remember that specifically.
Yeah. So I never played it, but I did buy Dragon Age Inquisition, so I do have that on my backlog to play.
That's supposed to be
kept
awesome.
vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now.
James said I love a good intro too. I still remember booting up Quake 2 for the first time and being sucked straight in by the intro.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, next time it's my pick, I'm going back with some old shooters, so I think I'm going to do Serious Sam, so that should be pretty fun.
Ooh.
We'll get some
Even be too late. For
get some
I have
ancient
seen
pyramids and
with my own
aliens going.
eyes
That'll really get Derek to do good.
as-
Chuck said, "Why are we?"
No!
Oh my God! Did it? Oh, there
Okay,
we go.
it was
That was at the end.
literally did that and then it turned and then just faded into the mountain.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't do that on the playthrough I did before.
No, it didn't. I should have just left your disc dirty.
Why'd you
I cleaned
clean it?
I know. I
Why'd
cleaned my
you
disc.
clean
I should have just left
it?
it.
Okay. So you can pick your race, dwarf, elf, human. Depending on what you pick is what your class will be, or specifically what your background will be. You can't have all classes do all stories. So I'm gonna
Because
pick.
there's no such thing as a noble dwarf, right? Is it?
No, there's noble dwarfs. You get if you pick dwarf, you can go either commoner or noble.
Oh, okay.
So you can be a noble dwarf.
Noble dwarf.
You can be a noble Danish elf, which is basically a wood elf, or a city elf. I like
City
them
elf.
City elves. But word
Ooh,
of
a city
warning,
elf.
city elf stories mad triggering. Like it's just really rough. So then you pick. I'm gonna go with human, unfortunately. And I'm gonna go with noble human, which is the worst kind of human you can be. Is a noble human.
Yeah, that's true.
But noble human comes with 2 perks. First perk, Tim Curry.
Yeah.
It's the only one that's got him. Second perk, we'll find out later.
And James says, "Oh yeah, Serious Sam is great. Gets really tough."
Yeah, see, this controller is different.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get too far into Serious Sam to where it gets insane. So, because I know it was more of a multiplayer game. I did a little bit of a test playing it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. But I have a feeling I'm going to get stuck. So I might have to do a longer playthrough of it. Which, by the way, I was going to ask you on stream. Have you seen a Doom 2 mod called Venturous? It looks pretty awesome. It's basically like a Doom 2 mod, but it's like it's a first-person shooter, but it's like an Indiana Jones type mod.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like Doom with Indiana Jones vibes. It looks fucking sweet. All kinds of custom assets. But yeah, Venturous.
Alright.
And Derek said, for some reason I got Serious Sam confused with Pajama Sam. You should do Pajama Sam. What's
in.
Pajama Sam?
Alright, we're gonna not go
Some pretty
too-
good character
too
customization.
crazy. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the eyebrows altogether.
He said, oh cool, I haven't heard of that model. Check it out. Yeah, it just popped up on my YouTube feed. I think it's a pretty recent release, honestly. because I was looking up Doom mods pretty recently, and I didn't see it, so it must have like just came out. And oh, it looks sweet. They have a whole thing with like torches and stuff, so you can like throw torches as like a weapon,
cool.
so you can like light zombies and shit on fire with it, or you can like light dark tunnels. It looks pretty cool, and you can dual wield that with like a gun, so you can have like a torch in one hand and throw it as like fire, and there's like puzzle elements too. But yeah, that looks pretty sweet.
That's really awesome. All right.
Yeah, I just finished Legend of Grimrock 2 last night, which was awesome. And
Greetings.
oh yeah, you got sultry. You gotta have sultry.
Sultry?
It didn't work.
Oh, that's kind of
Greetings.
No,
nasally.
we're going violent.
Yeah, we're going violent.
Okay.
Derek said you're a 90s PC point-and-click gamer and you don't know Pajama Sam. It's an old cartoony point-and-click game where you're a kid in his PJs with a towel like a cape and you're a superhero. Pajama Sam, he said. I've never even heard of it. That's crazy. No, I will definitely look it up though. Yeah, Pajama Sam. Who would have thought?
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it. Okay, I'm gonna go dual. Not going shield stuff.
Ooh.
Even though they want you to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty risky. Isn't that more of a dexterity thing focus with dual wielding instead of strength, which would be like a sword and shield or a
yeah,
two?
it requires dexterity. Fuck me.
Just do warrior stuff and then do shield, or you don't have to do shield, but shield's always good for defense in games
I
like
know,
this.
but this I don't like the shield in this one. What about this stuff? Can I just do with this kind of thing?
Do two-handed, yeah.
Yeah, let's do two-handed stuff.
Yeah.
Pommel.
Ooh, mighty blow.
Yeah.
Mighty blow.
Going with a mighty blow. You know.
Yeah.
And then
A mighty boss blow.
We'll go with a pommel strike. We'll stick with normal. So fun fact, the difference between like easy, normal, and hard has nothing to do with like the difficulty of like the enemies. It's just affects like the damage you actually output, and that your healing does like nothing, and it just like shrinks all the things you put out or take in. Doesn't actually affect the world around you. So and if you play with easy, you'll come out of every single thing totally unscathed, perfectly fine, like no challenge whatsoever.
Yeah, balancing games always seems to be pretty tough.
For generations, your family...
Joe's in the house. What's
Yo,
going on, buddy?
what's up, Joe?
Joe says, is this one of those games where the most revealing thing is the best armor?
No, there's a lot of revealing things in this game.
was occupied by the Orlesian Empire.
And James says, Ventress looks sweet. That would be great to stream some mods for classic games. I know, man. I was thinking about that, too. That would be a really cool stream, is just do, like, a Doom 2 mods night. Just, like, download a bunch of shit.
That would be cool.
Because they all have, like, auto-installers now. They all play really well. So just pick, like, you know, like 2, 3, 4 different Doom mods and then just fuck around with them.
I trust then that your troops will...
But yeah, that's... You guys ought to do that some night. Or if you end up having, like, stream by yourself or something, you should do that, James.
I apologize for the delay.
That just says hi, lol.
That guy's Tim Curry.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all
He looks
stranded,
like Harry
doesn't it?
Elwes.
He does, yeah.
I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. Then we both had less.
And Derek said the company Humongous Entertainment made a lot of cartoony games back then, like Putt Putt the Car, Freddy Fish, Spy Fox, and the Backyard Sports Series. Oh,
Freddy
crazy.
Fish was my shit.
Yeah, I remember Freddy Fish.
I'm sorry.
Freddy
Papa, I
Fish.
didn't see you there.
Fish?
How? You remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Please, Steve.
Yeah,
Fucking
you
creepy.
think so? Okay, I'm gonna be a
Since your
dick.
brother
I'm
is
gonna be
leading the
honest.
forces
I'm
south,
going
I'm going with the owl.
75% bitch with
So
my
you know the way to get
responses.
through the game, but you're going to purposely do it the
Well,
opposite?
you can talk shit to these people, don't matter. It's your father and the guy who's
Talk
trying
shit.
to get you to bang his son. It doesn't matter. And then you say, he's like, my son's asking about you. And you're like, isn't he a little young for me? And he's just like, the older you get, the less age matter. He says fucking creepy stuff.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me.
But yeah, I just picked up on Steam today. They got the new RoboCop Rogue City game that's supposed to be pretty good. That was $10 on sale. The game fucking just came out like a year or two ago,
Know your mother.
and
It did look good.
yeah, it
I
looks
remember watching
sick.
that.
No needless
So I'm gonna
talk.
pick that up. But
I ask you to take a great
the other thing I'm working with this the Grimlock or Grimrock 2 editor, because it's got its own dungeon editor with Lua scripting. So I'm gonna kind of try to fuck around with like making my own
Show Duncan.
like mod for Grimrock 2
I'm
because I
so
like the game
excited.
so much. So I'm right now planning the whole map system, and I'm watching this whole editing series on like how to like do it good, and I'm pretty excited. So
Duncan arrived just recently.
This guy Duncan stage right, who just appeared, ponytail. I think
But
he's
a guest
awesome.
of this
I wish he was my dad.
demands
he has got a fucking dick nose for sure.
Oh,
and
yeah,
everybody's missing
he's,
that.
He's a cockface.
We rarely
Yeah,
have the
was he the
pleasure of
mayor of
seeing
No
one
City?
person. But Brother Aldous taught you.
And Derek said if you like Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam is almost the same game. Like it's the same
Ooh.
genre and art style. I'm gonna have to look and see if that's on my Exodus emulator, Derek, because that might be on there.
They are the heroes of legend who ended the blights and saved us all.
I will
Duncan
not
is looking
disrespect
for recruits before
the Great
joining us
Wardens.
and his fellow
That's good,
wardens.
yeah.
In
Because
my
you're gonna
dialogue.
become one of them, right? By the
Well,
end of the game, is that the
yeah.
whole goal?
I'm gonna become one
If I might be
sooner
so
than
bold,
later.
I
Yeah.
would suggest that your daughter
And if that was a real thing in this world, I would join
Honor though that might
Yeah.
be, this
Great
is my
Wardens.
daughter we're
Just a
talking
band of
Yeah.
ragtag gypsies put together to
Yeah.
knock out the blight.
And Joe said amazing games release at $70, then it takes a year to drop to 10. I know, and
Not
that's
so many
like
children that I'll gladly
that's
serve
why
them
I've become way more of a patient. Like I don't buy games at release anymore because the games release, all games nowadays release completely fucking broken, and then it takes them a year to patch, and then you do graphics optimizations for it to even run on your rig.
Can you ensure that
And then
Duncan's request
they get the
was
game
seen
working a year later, and it's polished. They got DLCs. They give you that for free, and the game ends up being cheaper. It's like I don't understand the culture anymore with video games. It's
Agreed.
like it should cost more later. Like the game should release for $10 when you get it because that's what the game is worth. And then after the game is polished, then it should come out for $70.
Right, then it should be more.
It's
Yeah.
ass backwards. But they capitalize on people wanting to play it, you know, at the
Well-
first, you know.
Yeah, and they feel. I mean, I would assume that they, half the game, purchasers are parents buying something for their kid.
Or like game journalists and
Yeah.
shit that get the game for free anyways,
So it's like,
and
a
like they'll
kid's
release
gonna
like a
go
guide.
oh, what do you want for your birthday? It's like, well, this game is coming out. And
Yeah.
So you're gonna the parents are gonna be like, okay, what is it? $70? Okay,
Yeah,
there
that's
you
what
go.
it always is. Yeah,
That's the kid would be like, no, if we wait 4 weeks, it'll be cheaper.
yeah. And James said, "That's awesome, man. Good luck creating your dungeon. I wish I had time for things like that." I know. Well, that was why I never tried to make my own game or try to do it because I don't have the time to learn the 10 different skills you need to learn to do it. But the Grimrock 2 dungeon editor is fucking awesome. As long as you're cool with making like an old school tile by tile dungeon crawler. But the graphics look amazing. And it's just like that Stone Keep game we played. It's just like that tile by tile. But in Grimrock 2, they have entities where you can make it like outdoors, like open world maps. And it's like, now that's right up my alley. Like,
Yeah.
so... and it's just like everything's drag and drop, and then if you want to do something technical, you can just put a little Lua script in, and then look up like how to do the function, and then just copy and paste it in there. So I figured this would be a good way for me to learn it without having to learn 15 different fucking skills. And then if I want to do something more extensive later, I can look up and add it. Because the engine's incredibly robust. So I'm gonna give it a shot and see. I always say shit like this, and then 2 years later, I still haven't done it. So we'll see. I'm either gonna do it and do
I
it,
think you're doing
So,
this.
but it's just like now stuff is way easier nowadays than it was fucking 5 years ago.
It's not code. You
Yeah,
could actually
you used
click
to
a
have to
thing,
know
yeah.
how to do that. And this you still have to know a little bit, but it's drag and drop. Like you can.
No, Dragon Age.
Yeah. And then Joe says it makes a lot of sense, which makes me a sucker. I just pre-ordered Tony Hawk 3 and 4 Deluxe Edition because it hit me in the nostalgia.
Yeah,
but
that
you know
looks
what?
good,
Those
though.
Tony Hawk 3 and 4 Deluxe Edition is probably not going to release a broken mess. Certain games like games like that usually release pretty good. It's generally speaking, it's like the huge fucking mammoth open world shit. You know, like anything from Bethesda is gonna release a broken fucking mess. You know, that's because those games are so huge and they don't have, you know, they don't pay testers anymore. Essentially, they release a beta, everybody joins on, plays the beta, and then goes, yeah, you guys need to change this, and then the game releases with those changes. You know.
Yeah.
But then the other part of the culture that I hate is all these fucking guys get a hold of the beta and then they put walkthrough guides out and like, oh, here's how to like beat the game with like, this is the best class, this is the most broken class. It's like, of course it's broken, it's the beta, you fucking morons. Like, and those videos are gonna stay up for like 15 years and people are like, oh, how do you oh, here's an easy way to beat this boss, and it's like the boss isn't even in the game anymore. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just, the culture is so stupid nowadays. And James says, I wish I had time to make my own dungeon. Wink, wink. Well, you know what's pretty cool about this Grimrock game is like, is at least 11 years old anyways. But I seen that there was a lot of people who played Dungeons and Dragons that use this Grimrock level editor to whip up their own dungeons, because it's still a block by block and tile by tile, and you can set traps. So
That's
you can
perfect.
essentially make your own dungeon, and it has a live preview button. So you can literally draw a dungeon and then hit play, and then you're in it within seconds
That's
of drawing
awesome.
it. It's like you've never been able to do that shit with video game editors like this. So I thought it's pretty cool.
As you wish. But what if the Grey Warden tries to recruit you? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, it'd be the best thing ever. Yeah.
Too bad. It's unlikely that the Wardens would risk your father's wrath.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what.
Of
So,
course, my lady.
what is there like a mage dungeon in this that's like really repetitive, like where you keep going through like portals and like,
So you
or is that?
you start as a mage in the mage college. If anyone shows any sort of magic ability, they are immediately taken from their family and put in a mage college. They're like all about like the growth of mages, but at the same time they're really afraid of if you go to the dark side.
Oh yeah, it's like,
Everything over. So what they do is before you're like released from the college,
Just get him gone.
you
I've enough
have to
worry
go
about
through
with
this
the castle full of
trial.
hungry soldiers.
So they warp you into
You
this
two,
like
stop
dream
standing there
world
like idiots.
kind of thing.
Get out.
that's what gave me nightmares, was just
Yeah.
specifically like that scene, because it was so repetitive. I kept having dreams of like being trapped in like the mages thing of like I can't get out, and it's so weird that I have dreams about a game that I'm not even playing. So,
Yeah.
but I just didn't like that level design because it was just really like,
Out of all the
you feel trapped.
Yeah, well you are. Like out of all of the you really are trapped.
That is a beefy ass fucking
Aw,
dog.
isn't he beastie?
That's the type of dog that would rip your fucking arm off.
Oh,
Yeah, I
encourage
love
the
him,
hammer,
though.
why don't you?
This
Wonder
is
you
the
keep giving
secondary
them
perk with being a human. You get the dog right off the bat. Now you have the option to get a dog in your party, but way later in the game if you pick anyone else.
It's probably good just having that extra party member right off the bat.
Right off
'cause
the bat, it helped.
what is this? A four person party system?
4 plus you.
4 altogether.
5.
Oh, this is 5?
I believe so.
Oh wow,
I
that's
could be
crazy.
I could be wrong about that, but I think so.
Because most of the
What
games
should
by
the dog's
BioWare,
name be?
Spec.
Spec?
Yeah,
All right.
that's from Pee Wee Herman. He had a dog named Spec.
No, I'm gonna do it.
I thought it was ironic because he was so big.
Oh, you're
Beef.
talking-
Just gave him beef. Beef baby. Beef baby, that's great.
Target practice, anyone?
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. See, I messed up
Because you don't have a two-handed
because they
weapon.
don't have a two-handed weapon yet. You get one pretty soon here.
Alright. Can I get you a ladder?
So will you just auto attack then, or?
No, you do have to strike.
Giant rats?
I
It's the
believe.
start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell.
Huh?
Your hound must have
You're not
chased them in
wrong.
through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
Well, the blood particles are pretty awesome.
Fantastic, right?
Like, that is a lot of blood for just clearing out some rats. Like, if I was like, hey, I gotta go in the basement and clear out some rats, and I came up looking like that, you'd be like, Jesus Christ!
The best is when you walk out of here, he's like, it's best not to tell Nan about the rats. It's like, okay. So if you walk out and you talk to this lady, which is the first thing that happens.
There he is, as brazen as you please.
She's like shitting on the dog, saying he's a bad dog because he keeps breaking into the larder. So if you say here, like, he's being a dog, or like, actually there were rats kind of thing, she totally takes offense to it. Like, or no, if you tell her that there's rats. But at this one, she'll just be like, yeah, still a bad dog. And then instantly these people are like, there's fucking rats in there. It's like a bunch of dead rats. Like, that's what the dog. But
why are you covered in so much blood?
If you tell her about the rats, she shits on the dog more.
Oh, jeez.
But if you let the other people discover the rats, she's like, oh, what a good dog.
Oh, what a bitch. And Joe, Derek says, this dog is the best. And Joe says, now he's a bloodhound. I'll see myself out.
No, that's good.
And James said the UK banned extra large bully dogs last year unless you apply for an exemption. There was a spat of attacks and they were killing people left and right.
Damn.
Holy shit, yeah.
This game's got some radical drift. Not the game, but the controller. Does it?
Yeah, that's an OG controller right there.
It is. Alright, we're gonna go with that. So I at least have something for
now. He has no nexus, Derek. He's a dog Lesnar.
That would have been a good Lesnar.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year.
So this game is also very bang heavy.
Is that something they're gonna show on here, or?
I'm not interested in bang. You know, this is for work. This
is for work. This is a work mission.
Yeah, this isn't anything like that.
Yeah, I would suggest not. And if you do, we have to have our finger on the button just in case. They're not gonna show any nudity in this, though, right?
I don't think so.
They'll just show like the sheets going up and down or something.
I don't even think they do that. No,
some like soft core.
They don't. You're looking for that angle. That's like this from the back. Yeah.
Who thinks that's a good angle? Just balls hitting the...
No, I don't think. I don't think they show anything crazy. It's mostly that's the problem with this game is the dialogue is so specific. The problem is they don't show that.
They don't show enough balls.
No, the problem with this is like you can talk to somebody and be like, hey. It was really cool how you fought back there. And they're like, oh, thanks. Yeah, my family, you know, we've all been warriors. And they're like, that's really cool that you've all been warriors. And they're like, do you want to bang now? And it's like, no. Like, I was just,
That's also what drives me crazy about Baldur's Gate 3 is, like, they inadvertently put you in situations where you kind of feel like I'll give you an example.
Yeah, give me an example.
In Baldur's Gate 3, there is a gay thief that joins your party.
Sweet.
And he's a really cool character. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's really cool and stuff like that. And, you know, he was like, oh, hey, he's like, I wanted to show you something. And it's like, oh, cool, what? And then next thing you know, you're like fucking making out with it. You're banging him. And it's like, no, I don't like you like that. Like, you know. It's like, I don't want to bang anybody on my team, guy or girl. It's not like
that's
a, you know.
Thing. This is professional.
But it's just like
if
you know,
I'm the leader of this party.
Just like I just said, your hair was nice. I didn't want to suck your dick.
I just took a sexual harassment course at work. Okay, I am not trying to cross any boundary lines with anybody in my party. I want them to come to me if anyone makes them feel uncomfortable.
But it's so funny that BioWare has that same thing where just like you can't compliment someone without having sex with them in the game, and it's just like, you know. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 was a crash course on save your fucking game every single time you talk or do anything.
Yeah,
it's just like,
and I really should save more.
This game probably has pretty good autosave features too, I'm guessing.
It does. Oh God.
That sword, Oren.
It's the only kid I would ever take is if like a little Cockney kid showed up at the door. If a little Oliver Twist showed up at the door.
Oh, miss, I'm hungry.
Show his coat out here. I ain't had nothing to eat.
You need someone to clean your chimney, miss.
Oh, fucking join in. Sleep
I'm the only one cleaning her chimney, you little British twat.
I should wait outside.
I'd like to say farewell.
Derek said, I like how Beef Baby has his own life bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's one of the
so
team.
Beef Baby, he's on the team now. That's why I go with the human, because you automatically get him on your team as a person. Usually you gotta wait until you like find someone, and then they're like, I'm looking for an adventure, and then you go, oh, you want to go with me, kind of thing. But this guy, he's your dog. He's loyal to you.
That's my dog. And Joe says, literally how my boss got fired last week. Greatest thing that ever happened. Oh, shit.
Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, that's always good when that happens.
I keep telling you, no.
James said, geez, there was an XL bully attack on a 19-year-old girl only a couple of weeks ago that killed her. Crazy strong dogs. Holy shit.
They are. They're brutal.
Yeah, I don't think we have very much regulations. I mean, people in this country have
house
fucking
insurance
tigers
will
and
go up.
shit, so...
Yeah, if you have certain animals, your house insurance will go up. But other than that, you can pretty much own anything here.
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Oren.
Don't tell him that.
Or a woman who pours it with
Rice. Make of bread. It's like living with a pair of
Okay, this is your mom, dad, brother, sister-in-law, nephew.
Okay, so these are all your family.
This is all your
Okay.
family. Fergus, your brother.
Fergus.
He's got to set out on his own mission, doing all that stuff. He's got to go ahead to the army, tell him that his dad, the king, is going to be coming by real soon.
That guy's armor is pretty sick, though.
It is pretty cool.
It has an unnecessary tacit in front that they're trying to pass over as a cod piece, but we'll let that slide.
You telling me you wouldn't want that? If that option was there on a piece of armor, you wouldn't be like, do you want an extra thing in front of your junk?
Well, yeah, probably.
I would be like, probably like, yeah.
Yeah, give me an extra thing.
Yeah, hook me up.
Getting sent to bed early, are we? A warm bed doesn't sound so bad now, come to think of it.
James says, is Joe Exotic still in prison? I have no idea.
Take care.
I have
think
no idea.
so.
And be here when I get back.
And then Joe said in Thailand, there was a guy walking his freaking tiger, and I paid $5 to pet him, but that tiger was
Oh,
legit his
nice.
house cat. That's insane. Yeah, that's the thing. Some of the animals, you know, that just, it doesn't take much for them to go like super feral again. You know,
Yeah.
like there's like a generational marker for some of these animals. Like it's like, oh, after 7 generations, you know, they're pretty tame. But it's like, yo, you got a 2nd generation tiger. It's like that thing can fuck you up. Like
I know, but I also think that I could be friends with almost any animal. You know,
Oh, for
like,
sure.
under the
I think anybody-
circumstances.
yeah,
Now, I don't think I could come
100%.
around the corner of an alley and find a tiger and.
But that's not to say if like you and I were like joking, like choking each
Right,
other, like that
and
thing
then-
wouldn't come around
yeah.
the corner and fucking eat the shit out of me.
Yeah. I'd be fine.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna give you one of these, and then a fucking tiger came out and ripped my fucking arm off.
I think that's as explicit as it gets. Is this
Oh
right
shit.
here.
That's definitely the dog you want guarding your bedroom in a fucking castle.
100%.
Like especially if you were a woman back then, like that would probably be your biggest asset is to have a dog like that could rip somebody's arm
Yeah.
off.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Castle's under attack.
Oh, good thing you had time to put your armor on.
Now's better than later. Can I get you a ladder? You can get off my back. Got it. I'll take
Oh, see, I really fucked up not picking a secondary specialty. I should have just stuck with the.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the whole sword and shield would have been just great to
Yeah, but they-
to just rock.
Yeah, but I want to eventually go with the two-handed.
Now's better than later. Got it. I'll get on it.
What is this saying that I missed here?
Ooh, a grease trap.
You know, I never mess around with trap stuff.
Yeah, neither do I.
I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
In a lot of games like these, I just never use the full roster of stuff to my...
Yeah.
Like, if I used every single thing in the game, you know...
There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their
Are
shields?
XL Bully Dogs pit
Those are
bulls?
Hal's men.
I'm not 100% sure,
I
Dad.
don't know.
He is still in prison. Apparently his release date is 2036.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Bastard.
Derek says, don't second guess the dog. And he got engaged to another inmate this past October. Oh, shit, yeah.
Cool.
Good for him. And James is telling Dad the XL Bully was developed through the crossing of various bull breeds, including the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Interesting.
So, yeah. That was like that crazy dog that they sell to like special firms and shit. It's like a...
Oh, those like defense dogs.
Yeah, like they're essentially like registered as an actual human being, and like you have to be like part of like either the government or like private security to even own one. And they like check up on the dog to like make sure you're like keeping up on its training, because you can't just buy one for like a pet. But like these dogs are like, they can fucking train them to like find bombs or like fucking hunt down people.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
They're like German Shepherd breeds, and they're like specifically bred for like military people. And yeah, they're like fucking $20,000 to like, because you have to like not only buy the dog, but then you have to go to school with the dog, and like they have to like basically like teach the dog that like you're its new owner, and like it's like crazy like the amount of shit that they like, you know. But this dog is apparently like pretty insane, like intelligence wise. But yeah, that's pretty insane. They're basically those dogs from Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's right, man. We don't deserve our good boys and girls. Derek says, I don't want to hear we should have done this or that instead of taking the dog. It ends here. No more Beef Baby slander. I wasn't slandering Beef Baby. I was slandering her choice of the skills she picked.
Yeah, no, I did. I ruined a point. 2 points. 2 points? Yeah, 2 points. Well, that's just for this exact moment in time right now. So nobody can see it, but on the map in the top corner, that nobody can see, it shows you like the enemies in rooms ahead of you and such. But there's also a... Oh, come on, don't stun me like that. That bean is freaking out in the other room. It shows you X's in almost every one of these rooms, and if you go into almost every one of these rooms, which I'm not gonna do most of it, because it's a bummer, it's everybody that you could have talked to at the very beginning.
They're all, yeah.
Everybody's dead. The whole place has just been massacred. And you know who did it? You know who did it?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry did this.
Oh.
Tim Curry knew.
Of course he did.
He knew that my father's armies were going to be out and that the castle would be defenseless.
Hell's men must be everywhere.
It's insane how many fucking video games Tim Curry voiced over and shit.
He's just the best.
And like, there's a couple of video games that like he did that like never even really got released. But the amount of effort that guy still put into the role, like they hired this guy for a game probably never released, and he was like given the performance of a lifetime. Like that dude did not give a shit. Anything. No, he doesn't half-ass anything. Like somebody would have took their payday and been like, "Oh, it's just a fucking video game. I don't even play him."
Yeah.
Not Tim Curry, man. That dude gave 110% no matter what he fucking did. Yeah, I can't remember the fucking game that I was looking at, but it's like nobody played this fucking game, and he's in there like giving the performance of a lifetime, and it's like, dude, that's a special dude right there.
Yeah, he is.
And Joe said, I did a little training with canines. They put a burlap suit on me. They asked how much of a head start do you want. My answer was, it doesn't matter, does it? Nah, bro, it doesn't. That's like on Jackass. Would they have him run?
Oklahoma!
Yeah. Oh, my ass meat! That dog just chops his ass. Can you tell, Jeff, that I've been doing squats? I couldn't have done this bit in Jackass 1, because, you know, this time, you know, it gave the dog something to bite on.
Got it.
Yeah, it's really crazy seeing all of these elements and how they eventually became Baldur's Gate 3.
Agreed.
It's pretty awesome seeing like the start of it all the way back in 2009. Because I mean, obviously there was Baldur's Gate 1, but Baldur's Gate 1 did not play or remotely even have a lot of the same feel as these games did, and neither did Baldur's Gate 2. Like, yeah, it's a party system, but just like the amount of shit you can do in the game, it's just not as heavy those two games were.
Agreed.
Turn this down just in case we're gonna get some reverb there. James said Tim Curry is great. I'm just a sweet transvestite.
Transsexual. Transylvania. Oh, it's such good stuff.
And then Dad said, I have 2 pit bulls next door. They got out 2 days ago and ran around until they got caught. Pit bulls are wonderful dogs.
I love them. I love all
those dogs are pretty sweet looking too.
Yeah, they're badass. So these are like the Iberian dog race.
Oh shit.
There's very, very few of them, and the ones that are left, few of them are tameable. But this dog decided it wanted to be with me.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's a pretty good extra person to have on your team, I think, early on. So
I mean, you can't get better, in my opinion.
no, it's
No dialogue, and it already likes me.
because I remember when I played this a little bit.
But I mean, you can.
And I did
switch.
dwarf. I did what was the dwarf in the it might have been the arena thing like you were talking about, like a common dwarf, but yeah, it wasn't like this. I didn't really like the intro as much. Again, all the intros are so heavy.
They're all extremely different, and they're all super heavy. They all have their pros and cons.
And Joe said that German Shepherd didn't want to let go. Thank God she didn't actually bite my arm. And psychologically, the dog thinks it's a game, and they're just playing. That's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not want to get bit full strength by one of those fucking things, not wearing the burlap and shit, because those things will fuck you up. I had some guy's guard German Shepherd almost fucking bit me when I was on a delivery job out in the middle of fucking nowhere too.
We're getting close to the treasury.
I was just gonna drop medicine on this guy's fucking porch with a delivery, and his fucking dog like ran up and it like bit at my pant leg and shook it a little bit. And I'm just like, I'm getting back in my car, and I called the guy and I'm like, hey, your dog's out here, and the guy's like, oh, he's not gonna hurt you. And I'm like, well, he kind of just tore at my pant leg, and I'm not. Thankfully, I had composite boots on and stuff too, because I was like, Jesus Christ, like I'm not fucking around with your dog, man. Like, this dog clearly thinks I'm like delivering a bomb or something to your doorstep, and it's trying to stop me from doing it. Like, come get him. More people are bitten by labs.
It's true. Definitely true.
Yeah, Candy was. Yeah, that's right. And Derek said to Candy, my best friend in high school had a half pit, half Rottie, and she was such a sweet dog. The only thing about her that hurt was her wagging her tail like a freaking whip. Oh, wow. It's one of my favorite things in video games is a good gear equipment loadout screen.
Yeah.
Love it.
So is this better? Yeah, no, I'm wearing better.
Oh, they started out with some good shit. Whoa, was that all the stuff they gave you?
Yeah. See, this is when you get the great sword.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna try that. Maybe we'll flip flop. You know.
We got both skill sets, so you can just kind of go between one another and see what you get. I know, it's close, Bean.
It's almost
you know what? I'm probably going to feed you now, because I got to pee anyways. And I got to primp that fire up. Yeah, your damage went up really high with that, so...
Oh.
Yeah, Candy says to Derek, I love how pits are always smiling. Joe said people with dogs like that, and they tell you he won't hurt you, are the same people that let their gas tank go empty and say, I know my car. Yeah. Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah. I don't know, it's so slow.
Yeah, and you're taking a lot of damage too, having two hand.
I'll get on it. Got it.
Oh, I know you're a sweet tuna.
That's one thing that I do think sucks about this game is you can't pick up anything that falls off people until after all combat has finished. So you're like still in the middle of battle, and you're like running to like the next battle, and you got to go double way back to pick up everything off the ground.
Oh yeah, if you were going through like a really big, like long battle, like moving through the place, or All right, I'm gonna Farfel the dog.
Farfel?
Farfel. Oh yeah, from us, Seinfeld. Farfel. All right, I'm gonna feed this bean.
Feed the bean.
All right, I will be right back.
All right, I'm just gonna.
Dad's been bitten 15 times. Like that guy struck by lightning in the Great Outdoors. 66 times.
All right, we're gonna break in here for some. See, I didn't even change my. God, they keep stunning me. Honestly, mage is like the best bang for your buck, but that's just not my play style. I can't do range. I'm gonna be all up in the fight no matter what. So even if I am a mage, I still just get way too close to everything. Unstun me, bro.
There is hope yet.
Go, man the gate. Keep those bastards out as long as you can.
Those bastards.
Your ladyship, my lady, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through.
We are alive. What of you? Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, your ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. When I last saw the town, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sagomo.
Yep, servants
Maker watch
exit.
over you.
Maker,
I wish
over
this
us all.
house had like a side of it would just open up to a secret door, like the total secret exit kind of thing, or like a tunnel of some kind. Okay, we're just gonna move on. I'm gonna reset my skill for the millionth time, even though I don't think this one's doing too much. Yeah, this game is absolutely awesome. It changes your brain on how your play style can be. Because like even though I have all these people, like you can play as any of them. So sometimes you will find that like your mage on your team or whatever you have on your team, you find that play style friendlier. You can't switch mid game, but you can definitely remake your character.
We must get out! They're slaughtering everyone!
Oh god. Oh yeah. I will admit though, when I played this game, I didn't get nearly as invested into it as I should have. There's so many levels to this. And I always just kind of picked somebody to play. I never really got into huge, like, designating who's doing what skills people are. I mean, I do the skills, but actually, like, man, why do I keep getting stunned so much? You can change everyone's tactics to where the archers only attack people in the back row, and the people in the front row are more defense stance than attacking, and it's just a lot. You gotta wait all that time before you can pick up the spirit shard that was in that guy. all starts right or ends right where it started. Oh yeah, fuck.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce.
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Owl's men found me first. Almost did me in right there. You can't get away with this.
Oh, he will
The
not.
king-
I will take down Tim Curry.
Bryce.
It's the last thing I do
I
in this game, not
won't
real life.
survive the standing, I think. Oh, my darling girl.
Oh God.
If only Will.
And I know this is like a really sad
Once
scene, and I
Hal's
didn't
men
mean to
break
pick
through
it,
the
but
gates,
every
they will
single
find us.
version of
must go.
this has a really sad.
Someone-
I don't think the mage is too sad,
That's rich burgers.
but the mage is twice
Tell
as
him
long.
what has happened. Yes.
Most of the playthroughs for each character
Bryce, no.
takes anywhere from like a
The
half an
third
hour to
person's right
45
here.
minutes. The mage
We
takes
can
at
flee
least an
together.
hour and a
Find
half
you healing magic.
just to get
Castle
through the
is
initial
surrounded.
dream sequence.
I cannot make it.
I cannot.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. House men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
That's like the
Yes,
worst
Jolie.
if you're like
The
held
Turn and
up
I
in like
tried
a
to reach
super
you
safe
sooner.
castle
My daughter has
and somebody
protection.
shows up and they go,
Make her
"We're
be praised."
surrounded."
I
It's like,
know.
every side.
All right, where were
Your
we
turn,
left
so
off?
pretty
I didn't read nothing.
Okay.
Without others.
Whatever's
Joe
to be
says
done
dad
now,
15
must be
times the
quick.
same dog.
There's
Jesus, the
time.
dad says no, different dogs.
Duncan, I beg
This is
you.
why I have dogs under
Take
20
my wife
pounds,
and
just
daughter to
yappers. Yeah.
I will, your lordship. But I fear I must ask for something in return.
Yeah, dogs must not like you before you turned 18, Dad.
What is
And then
happening
Derek said
in
when I was
the
11, my dog,
kingdom
she was a
of
collie,
Duncan
hopped up on the sofa and
is
stepped on my nads and made me cry. I still remember that, one of the most painful injured balls moments.
Oh damn.
demands that I
And Joe says definitely a bloody game.
Yeah, it's just a massacre all the time.
James says that Derek one of.
You
Yeah.
fought your way to me through Howe's men. I think the
And Joe said my favorite video game ever is Brutal Legend, and Tim
I will
Curry
take
is
the
also the
tune
final
and I
boss in
will
that.
talk.
Oh no
Oh,
way!
cool.
That's so cool. That's on my list too to pick up one of these
Then
times.
Your daughter joins the Grey Wardens.
Yeah, Brutal Legend
Dude,
has
there's
got
just
Jack
a lot
Black
of
in it.
dialogue. I'm gonna pee real fast.
Yeah, go for it.
You can't really say anything wrong.
Okay.
I offer you a place within the Grey
Just
Wardens.
don't insult Duncan.
Fight with us.
Accept your offer.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our daughter will not die of Hal's treachery. She
Yeah,
will
Brutal
live
Legend looks awesome.
and make a mark on the world.
Darling,
I definitely want to
Go
pick that up on
with
Steam if I can get it.
you have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor,
Hush, Bryce.
Yeah, everybody says that's
Everybody
awesome.
that
It
comes
sounds
to
like
the
it's got a
fore
killer
are
soundtrack too. I'm a
But I
metalhead anyway,
won't
so.
abandon you.
Oh shit. I can't. Oh,
My place is with your father, at his side today and beyond.
so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. You know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
and Joe said you should stream it. Best intro to a game ever. Open world, best weapon upgrades, best soundtrack, goes through all the genres and metal, and best cast for a game. My only complaint is that you can't jump. Alright, I think you're good.
Alright, I'm in.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. Like I said, I got RoboCop on the list. I'm gonna knock that out. I've been burning through some backlog though. I've got through
you've
a
been doing
lot of games in the last month. So I got through Dishonored,
We will
3
be
Cat Quest
traveling
games,
south
2
to the
Legend of
headlands to the
Grimlock
Burn of
games.
Ostrava, on the edges of the Kokari Wild. The The Tevinter
I know a couple others in there too.
Pyramid.
long ago
What's
to
that?
prevent the
Pyramid.
Marauders from invading
Pyramid?
the
Is that
northern
this year?
lowlands. It's
The
fitting
secret
we
of
make our stand here,
pyramid.
even if we face a
Mummy?
different
The
foe.
Mummy game?
Mummy
Oh yeah,
game,
Mummy
yeah.
Tomb of the Pharaoh. Yeah, well we beat that on
King's
stream. Yeah.
forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times.
Oh, Stone Keep.
Here is where the bulk of the horde will show
Yeah.
itself.
Like, to me, this is as good as graphics ever had to get. This is great for me. Like, it's not perfect.
Yeah,
but it doesn't
games from
have
this
to be.
era don't
They're
seem dated to
beautiful.
me.
Like,
yeah.
they're beautiful.
If it's
Like that's what annoys me. Like there's people like nowadays who won't play this because like, oh, graphics are a little out of date. It's like, who gives a shit?
Right,
If
barely.
the game is good,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't see this as being
Royal welcome?
outdated
I was beginning to
graphics
worry you
wise.
missed all the fun.
not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious.
Why do they go so crazy
The
with
other wardens told
pauldrons?
me you'd found a promising
Oh, they're
recruit.
Like,
nuts.
that's ridiculous.
I take it
Just
Yeah.
the shoulder out to there.
Allow me
Like,
to introduce
I
you,
mean, I
Your
had some pretty
Majesty.
crazy ones too, but
You are
not like
Bryce's
that.
youngest.
no.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think we've ever actually met. Dead? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Duncan.
You didn't know. Tim
know anything
Curry
about this.
fucked him right up.
Terran
My whole
Kusan and his
family,
wife are
actually.
dead, Your Majesty.
I didn't even go
All
look,
the
but they
shoulders
killed
of
my
the traitor
sister-in-law and
who were
nephew.
taken high
Yeah.
Just saying.
Had we not escaped, he would have killed us. Until
Yeah,
we
and the
went
death
to
survival
the
pack from your parents was a hard scene too.
It's the worst.
James said graphics are okay. They're no Lost World.
Why is such treachery? A
Well, if we clip through a rock when we get out of this building, then we'll know we're
It
in for
might
trouble.
happen.
Justice. You have my word.
And my sword.
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he
Candy
is
said
where the
Duncan's
scouts
hot.
and the warriors.
Duncan's the coolest.
We are all in danger, my friend. Nothing can be done until
Anna
the
had
brother
unfortunate
returns,
legs again
and
for a
that will
second.
not be until the battle is over. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent.
Fucking wrap it
Sergei
up.
waits eagerly
War
to
is
fool me with his
happening.
strategies.
Your
This
uncle
guy's
sends
fucking
his
yapping
greetings
on.
and reminds you that
Stephen
Red
Bloody
Cliff
Fry.
forces could be
Yeah.
here in less than a week.
Eamon just
So,
wants
if
it
you
on the
didn't pick a
glory.
person, you're
We
alone
won't
this whole
fight battles
time. You
against
don't have a
these
dog,
monsters,
you
and
don't have
tomorrow
a
should be
friend,
no
you don't have
different.
anything.
Yeah, then Derek says, yes, that's why it pisses me off when people are so happy that there's going to be a Switch 2. Like, why? Switch is more than good enough graphically. Are you
Is
that
there
sick to
really?
sell? Yeah, exactly. And yeah, and I agree with that too. Like, the Switch 2, why? I don't get that either. Like,
I'm not
I think the
sure
Switch
this is
graphics
true
are
blood.
beautiful.
There are plenty
Um,
of Darkspawn on the field, but alas,
You
we see
know,
no sign of an archdemon.
I think a lot of game developers, obviously not AAA developers, but I think most game developers should focus on quality gameplay and not graphics because, again, we're getting to a point now where it doesn't matter how much better the graphics get. You can only see so much better than what we have now.
Agreed,
Like,
yeah.
you know, why try to create a game that has an insane budget that plays like shit? Like, just make a game that plays good, you know.
Like, I understand if you're playing, like, real-time stuff and it's VR and you want it to be, like, the real world you're in, but every game I play is, like, dragons and all that kind of stuff. That's not real, and I know that. I'm okay with understanding that I'm watching a game
Right.
create this stuff in my brain.
Yes.
Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this.
So there's
but I cannot
Darkspawn
ask the king to
everywhere.
act solely
Those
on
have
my
been
feelings.
creatures and people that have been taken over by the blight. Now,
So it's basically medieval zombies, essentially, kind of, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Yet not
But
enough to wait for
then there's like
reinforcements from
the
Grey
actual
Wardens
blight,
of Orlais.
which is the
He believes
darkness
our
takes
legend
over
alone
some
makes
kind
him
of elder
invulnerable.
creature
Our
or
numbers in
god,
Ferelden are too
and you'll
few.
come across those
We must
areas.
do
Some
what we
places
can
is just
and look
like
to
different
Terran Loki to
enemies
make up the
built up.
difference.
Then other
To
places
that
is
end, we
different
shall
enemies
proceed
built
the
up
joining
with like
ritual
a
without delay.
big ass boss in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Feel free to explore the camp.
And Derek says, I hope my
All I
console
ask is
never
that you
becomes
do not
obsolete.
leave
I don't want to spend
without
another $200.
There is
I
another
hear
I
ya.
know,
Yeah.
right?
warden
Well, I'm done with the
by
whole
name of
console
Alistair.
wars thing. I'm over it at this
I
point.
plan on getting a Switch in like 3 years once they're like $150, just so I can play some of the games that have come out on it.
Well,
you
as soon as
know,
Switch
like-
2 comes out, you're probably
That's
going to
what
be
I'm
able to
saying.
get
It's
yeah.
gonna be
So
super cheap. Everybody's
because I mean
gonna
that would be
trade
good for
that
you,
in.
especially for like handheld and stuff like that. Like I sit at the computer
I love
anyway,
a good
so
handheld toy.
yeah. But yeah, I mean I sit at the computer anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I'm at the point now where it's like the base computer that I have now can be upgraded until the next generation. So even when PlayStation 6 comes out, our computer is going to be more than enough to handle it. So, and I generally don't play a whole lot of brand new games that are really pushing the boundaries. Like, you know, like the new Doom that's coming out. Like, I love Doom, but I don't give a fuck about the new games. Like, it looks awesome, but I don't give a fuck. But like the new Indiana Jones game, again, yeah, whatever. I don't care. If I never played it, I wouldn't, you know. But that being said, I have, you know, at least 50 games I could fucking think of that are, you know, 10 years or older that I still want to play that still look good, so...
Oh, I don't get my dog for this part. I forgot about that. Wait, I should see what I actually have to... I should save the game.
And Derek says also, we've seen how Nintendo handles obsolete consoles. Try buying a game for your 3DS. Oh, wait, you can't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thankfully, I think Switch is going to be... is pretty set because, you know, I even see a lot of Steam games and indie games coming out that are for that same kind of console. Like you download the game and it's only like, you know, a couple of gigabyte game, and it's like, how the fuck is this game only a couple of gigs?
Yeah.
You know, it just I think that's a good thing to do.
Hey, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan.
Yeah, 'cause some of these games now that we play are like fucking. I've seen 120 gig games, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
just
that's
120 gigs of jank. Oh, this is so cool looking. Wow.
It's fantastic.
I love a good war camp in a game.
Oh, beautiful.
I think the Witcher series has some of the most beautiful war camps.
Even Skyrim has some pretty epic ones.
Yeah.
What is it now?
Okay, so we want to sweet talk Alistair. This guy, this redhead guy.
Oh, I remember him. He's a teammate, right?
Yep, you can get him on your team, and he is considered to be the best fighter you can have on your team.
I am busy helping the Grey Wardens by the King's orders.
Well, it's good. You can kind of see what his skill loadouts are, and if he ends up being better with a sword and shield, or better with two-handed, then you can have him be the offset fighter, and then, you know, you can do sword and shield, or, you know, based on what you have.
Does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough.
A good one.
I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about...
And then Joe said she was essentially a scalper, but didn't profit. She sold at retail value to her circle. Did I miss a comment?
I didn't see anything.
Oh, nothing. Just trying to find a bright side to all this. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage? And that makes you...
It's a good name, Alistair.
Recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the order,
I like Alistair. His is like Alistar. Like they say it weird every time.
Right, that was the name.
Sorry, Joe, I didn't see what comment led up to that. It's not on my live chat, and it's not on Anna's either.
No, I don't see it at all.
Yeah, it didn't go through for some reason.
Would that be so terrible? Not that I'm some drooling lecher or anything. Please stop looking at me like
Yeah, you're a creep.
So I'm curious.
He's a
Have
lecher.
you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before? When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan.
Yeah, let's do it.
I imagine he's eager to get things started.
Yeah, let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know.
Yep.
Otherwise, lead on.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Well, Derek, for some reason, because I use the actual YouTube chat, and sometimes I don't get... Sometimes a comment gets held for some random reason, where it doesn't go through, and then it won't show up. But sometimes it'll just show up on Anne's, because she's a moderator.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. No,
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we don't have anything like flagged words or anything. You can say whatever you want in this chat. I don't know why sometimes comments get held.
I'm sure you have better things to do than
I think sometimes they just error out and don't send.
Arms and armor for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you
All
Grey
the
Wardens
King's
can
men.
buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
like mushrooms? Like what? Are you...
Let me know what you'd like.
I just want to see your regular stuff.
Yeah, sometimes comments just go through. Derek says, remember Amanda? She said she would always encounter problems. Her comments weren't being shown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know the way I have the chat set up is when you leave a comment on one of our videos, I could add you as part of our thing, so you can say whatever you want.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say?
I don't know, Derek. We haven't kept up with those guys. I know Salty hasn't been streaming. I haven't even seen him online in a while, so...
We cannot afford to antagonize anyone.
Yeah, at some point we're going to have to reach out and see how those guys are doing.
Me and Toxic had like a, hey, how are you? Good. Hey, how are you? Good. Like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's good, yeah. Well, I got rid of all my social media accounts, so I'm not even on social media anymore, so...
How'd you do?
I'm a little bit harder to reach now. If you want to actually like privately text me, you have to hit me up on Discord. But that I hardly ever check Discord either. So.
Of course, is the recruit that Duncan said he was bringing.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the court.
The Canadians are giving us the cold shoulder. They're pissed about the tariffs.
The first is to obtain 3 vials of darkspawn blood, one for each recruit. There was once a Grey
You guys still love to talk to Canadians.
We could no longer afford to maintain such remote.
There are buddies.
It is recent.
Derek beat me to the Canadian show.
Scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to.
Yeah, I just think Salty took a break from streaming on Twitch. So you know how that goes when you take a break from a platform like that. It becomes harder to keep up with with people. So.
Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
It's funny like that, just because like it's like when you're streaming and you're part of a community that also streams. It's like once somebody stops streaming for like a while, it's just like I feel like it's it's just harder to keep up with people because this is our way of we wouldn't get to talk to like any of you guys if we weren't all like streaming or had the platform to talk to each other. Like there's only so many texts I send like, hey, what's going on? Like I don't even text people I see in real life all the time. Like I don't text hardly anybody. So
yeah.
Well,
Same.
Beef Baby's got 17 kills.
He's doing great.
Wow, he's got an 87% hit rate.
Love it. He's good.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of our friends on YouTube and Twitch that we just haven't seen in a while because it's the same thing. They just take a break from the platform and it's like that's our way that we connect. So
Bet you I could kill it in 2 blows.
I remember this woods pretty vividly.
Can I get you a ladder? You can get off my back. I'll get on it. Got it.
Yeah, I don't know how loud it's gonna be for people.
Yeah, if the game volume is getting too loud or if it, whatever, just let us know. We can tweak it. So, Joe says I need to start streaming again, but a rough last couple weeks. Yeah, man, you've had some rough luck, man.
God. Greetings. It is good to finally have a
Yeah,
moment
I'm
to
not
speak
trying to talk to you.
Indeed.
Bean, hey, come on, man, you're killing me here.
Trying to talk to the dying soldier on the ground. Not you.
James said, yeah, I'm the same. I very rarely message people I know. Just prefer seeing people in person to talk, but then sometimes you lose touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, we're... Time for us goes by so freaking quick anyways. Like, you know...
My scouting band was attacked.
I mean, you guys seen how long it's been since we, you know, had B-Dog on the show, and it's like same thing, you know, but...
Everybody gets busy, you know?
Yeah. But that's the thing. People will take 2 years off of our show and then come back, and it's just like, oh, sorry. It's like, you don't have to fucking apologize. We don't care. Like, you know, it's always good to see people and get to talk and interact, but there's, like, never any hard feelings about, like, oh, they didn't show up. Like, fucking who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel fortunate that, you know, we've got all the, you know, friends that we need on YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. Like, you know, if we never met a new person on YouTube or Twitch, we would be content with everybody that we've met. You know, we love you guys so much and we appreciate all your support. And
Can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100?
Yeah, I love you guys.
Yeah, we do.
There are darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the horde.
And Joe said I still see Nick and Alexis almost every weekend. They've been my escape from reality. I'm trying to get them to play Wizard of Oz on us. Yes, he's dreading it. Worst platformer I've seen. Oh, man. And speaking of which, there is Nick in the house. What's going on?
What's going on, dude? Happy Friday.
Know this.
Nick says, one of my favorite games. Dragon Age
like
Origins is nice.
you
Yeah,
all
this
day.
definitely seems like Nick all day. Yeah, this one was a popular one on release. And again, like we were saying, this is like the base for all the BioWare games in the future now. The whole 4-party system and everything.
Joe said, speak of the fucking devil.
So let's get a move on.
Is there any way I can, like, allow?
No.
That flower, white with a red center. The kennel master at Ostergar was asking about those. The kennel master said this.
And James said exactly. Life just gets in the way. I love joining you guys every week, though. It's a great wind down after a busy week. Well, I'm so glad, man.
So nice
we really appreciate you staying up late with us and stuff. So.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Yeah, I like our community of people that we got, you know. And when we're not hanging out here, we're over at Garage Gamers on Wednesday night. It's one of the very few shows that we're actually around to see when we can, which is amazing. There's so many great streamers that we love, but we're just not around during the live stream. So it's like the best we could do is drop a like and, you know.
Yeah, like watch stuff back, but like it's always funner when it's in the moment.
Yeah. Damn, Nick said he 100% of this game and loved it. Wow, that's got to be something. I'm guessing you probably got to play through at least the intro with almost every single character, I'm guessing, for the trophies. Nick, did you ever play Dragon Age Inquisition? I got that in my Steam library, and I wanted to give that a shot. Everybody says that game is fucking sweet as hell, so... I gotta pick my moments when I get into another big, like, open world game. So I've been trying to knock out a bunch of, like, you know, 20-hour such games, and knock that shit out just to get through some of my Steam library. So, because I keep buying games on sale, and it's like if I don't start fucking playing some of these, then they're just gonna sit there and sit there. And there's so many games like this that I have, like I got all the like the Shadow of Mordor and the Shadow of War games, and it's like, man, I gotta pick the right time to play those because those are gonna be, you know, fucking 100-hour games probably. And yes, Garage Gamers is so funny. Yes, they're fantastic. Yeah, that last stream was so good. All their streams are good, but, you know, especially when you pick the right rage-inducing game. Oh, man.
Oh, I eat it up.
I wish there was a good formula to picking games for streaming. It's 50-50. Sometimes you pick a game thinking like, oh, this is gonna be awesome, and it's like, oh, this fucking sucks. But sometimes it's the opposite. You're like, oh, game is gonna suck, and the next thing you know, you're creating the funniest moments in history.
Yeah.
We were like that with our Valentine's Day episode. We were like, this is either gonna be the worst fucking stream we've ever done, or it's gonna be hilarious. And thank God it ended up creating some of the funniest moments to date on stream. Oh, and thank you so much, Joe. He said you guys have been a great escape too. Good to always spend Friday nights.
Oh, you're so
you
kind.
care about your actual viewers, not just the number of them. Yeah, we just don't give a shit about, you know, like the whole reason we even did this show in the first place was to keep in touch with people and create a platform during COVID and stuff. And like, it's just like moments, like even when Derek was like at that pub, just watching us on a tablet, eating mozzarella sticks. It's like somewhere in the world, Derek was at a bar and still enjoying the atmosphere of Trom, and then we got people from all over the world, people from all different races and cultures, all come here to have the same shared experience.
It's just awesome.
And that's what's worth it for us. That and that alone.
Yeah, this world is garbage 90% of the time. So anytime you can be around good people, whether it's virtual or not, that's where it's at for me.
And Nick said he played all the Dragon Age. I love them all. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm definitely going to give Inquisition a shot. You can't beat the price. Jesus Christ. Inquisition goes on sale like every other month for like $3. And it's like,
damn.
You cannot get a fucking better deal than that, man. And Derek says to Joe, I'm so torn because Anna and Taverns deserve more viewers, but I can't lie. I love this cozy group. Well, we feel the same way, Derek. We really, like, we appreciate when people want us to, like, grow. But we don't want to monetize, and we really don't want to grow. Like, this is what we want, this every week. Like, this is good. If we got to the point where we had, like, 50 viewers and we couldn't really focus on the people that we liked, then there's no point in even doing this anymore.
I'm not going to like it as much.
Yeah, we would end up probably just doing private live streams and sending a link out every week to just, like, the hardcore 15 or so people that watch us,
We'll just start an OnlyFans. We won't charge.
And Nick said, Inquisition, you have to stay committed the whole time, otherwise you're going to get lost. Well, other than such a freaking great game. Downside is that it's really grindy, but I like that. I do too. I love a good grindy game. Like, I don't know, man. I just dig that, like, MMO-style RPG element of, like, hey, I want to get a level up or two. I'm just going to go fight shit in this region, or I'm just going to go do and knock out a bunch of quests. I just love shit like that. I love grindy games.
Yeah.
I just love that element.
Darkspawn! Kill them all!
And Joe says, let them grow. I'm confident they would change regardless. Dan says, I agree, Derek, like family. It is. And Derek says, yeah, it just sucks knowing that I have that selfish side. Well, there's no worries. I mean, people have a variety of different reasons, I think if you have an awesome show and you can grow it and make some money doing it, I say, go for it. You should. If you can make money doing it, then fucking do it. It's just it's just not in our. It's just not what we want. Because there's a lot of times where we do this show and that there will come a time where it's just like, we need a week or two off. Like, we just need a break, because just even being around any amount of people can get overwhelming at times, especially when you're a recluse like me. So I like what we have. And to be honest, our numbers actually went down. Like, when we were going through, like, that first year and a half to 2 years, holy fuck. It was everything we could do to keep up with chat.
Yeah.
Like, we were having, like, 1,200 chat messages a night. We were hitting like 20, 26, 28 viewers in a night.
That's a lot. Yeah.
It was, but we had a lot of buzz going around the channel. Like, everybody was talking about us and, like, really holding us up. And, that honeymoon phase has fucking been over for a while now.
This guy?
So now we're kind of falling into, like, oh, this round's on me. They're always on. They're not going anywhere.
What they do.
So our numbers have definitely settled in the last year. So that's been more relaxing. And James said, private live streams, I'm in.
Yeah.
And Nick said, yeah, the grinding element keeps me wanting more rather than just proof you're God. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Like, I'm not a great gamer by no means.
You are.
you know what I mean. I'm not trying to slag myself off, but I'm not the type of person that just sits down and just be like, yep, I beat that guy. Yep, I beat that guy. Oh, I'm halfway through the game. I beat the guy. No, I'm the type of person that goes up against a boss and it's just like, oh boy, I got my ass kicked really handily. I need to go do 20 other things and then come back when I'm stronger. That's the kind of gamer I am.
Like this fight, I need to go away and go back when I'm not standing in the middle.
Derek says, acknowledge me! And Joe said, Nick last week threw me the controller and started up Dark Souls. Like, I don't hate my life already, LOL.
Yeah.
You get your ass kicked no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, I can't with games like that.
And I actually like Dark Souls games. I mean, again, I'm really shitty at them. Like, I've only been able to beat Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. And I think you could probably make the argument that those games do hold your hands a little bit more than Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. But at least Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 kind of, like, give you the tools of, like, if you don't have what it takes to beat them just on talent alone, you can go grind a couple of levels and go hunting and go find a better weapon and then come back and then all of a sudden, you know, the boss you couldn't beat, you just kill them in 3 hits. And it's like, I like games that give you that option. Because I would have never been able to get through Elden Ring if you had to just beat those bosses with skill alone. Like, I wouldn't have never beat half those fucking Elden Ring bosses. The only way I beat them was because it's like, yeah, I went and got like 30 fucking levels above higher and then came back with like way better gear and then was like, yeah, just like destroyed them in a couple of hits. Like, that's how I gotta get through shit. I usually stay away from games that have like the moniker of like, oh, difficult or challenging. It's like, nope.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's why Bloodborne's in the freezer.
Well, Bloodborne's a little different. That game, I never figured out what I like. Even after beating Elden Ring and Dark Souls and being really good at those games and like getting practice, I still had Bloodborne hand my ass to me over and over, and that sucks because I really like Bloodborne. I just fucking hate it. I love it and I hate it. Nick said, Joe, my son, I see potential. And Joe said, I told another friend about it. He said, did you say Nick was a good friend? And Nick says, I am a good friend. You are. So, Derek says to Nick, so you just tossed a toddler into the ocean, didn't you? Yeah, those games hold a special spot in my heart.
Bitch right here.
Oh, yeah, her.
What's her name? Morgana.
Yeah. Oh, like the comedian. Right?
If that helps.
It does.
A corpse whose bones were long
She kind of looks like the comedian too. I've made her dark haired, but. And Nick said if I really hated Joe, I would have started Dark Souls 2 Scholar of First Sin. Yeah, then he'd feel like hell. Yeah.
Joe said, like, Nick, at least kiss me first. I want the illusion of love before you fuck me.
You like a fucking Asian lady?
Yeah.
Derek says, kick your legs. There you go. Keep your head above the water. And James said, time for battle. Try to get some grinding done.
Oh, I get you.
Great stream, guys. Yeah, thanks, brother. You got a great stream
night,
as well to you, Rad.
Love you much. Have a good weekend.
Yes, can't wait to see you guys next week. Grinding on what, JP, with Compy? You know what's funny, Derek? I do have more Compy stories because if anybody's ever played the survival game Ark, Survival Evolved, Compies are like the first little dinosaur that you run into. Okay. And you're like, oh, look at these sweet little dinosaurs, and they will like team up on you and like will fuck you up, man. They are little bastards in Ark.
She's a witch of the wild.
And speaking of games I fucking never got through, that was another one.
Is there an end to that game? Can you beat that game?
Yeah, it's convoluted as shit, but yeah, Ark does have a finale. I couldn't get through it. Ark was, I mean, they might have changed it because all these survival games go through a lot of changes. But that was one of the very few survival games I could not get through the end of. That game, oh my god. That game was brutally hard. But I think it was because I just never got into the dino taming. Like, I didn't harness the power of the dino. Like, I thought I could just, like, oh, if I make my character stronger, I'll be able to plow through it. But I don't think you're ever intended to fight a dinosaur in that game. I think you're supposed to let the other dinos do the work. Or dragon.
How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily.
Tarek said, am I missing something? I don't know. Are you?
So you're on a mission for the Grey Wardens to clear out this area at Darkspawn. When you get there, you meet this wizard broad. And she's like, oh, he's kind of a little bit in contempt and just doesn't really like anybody or
She's got a face that looks like she's sucked on a lemon.
Jerry Maguire. What's her name? You gotta kind of kiss her ass. She is now, like, she's the best mage you can get in the game.
There is a sensible request.
And Nick said, in Ark, all I ever did was raid people. Nice.
I'd be careful.
Well, that's one game we got to get you and Joe on at some point. If you guys
Frog time.
ever get down on a survival game called Conan Exiles.
Oh, I was telling him all about that.
Yeah, we run a private server for that,
It's
and
just awesome.
we've been expanding it year after year. We've had it going for a long time. I haven't ran it in a while because nobody plays it anymore. But I have a dedicated computer just for running that server, and man, that game gets pretty fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You can lose your whole life in that.
Nick says, Conan's still around? Yup. Yeah, they just released, they just took it out of development now because they just did a whole living settlements thing, which is kind of what Enshrouded did. So you can have NPCs that just work at your base. So you can have like a really lively like home base nowadays. But yeah, they basically just pulled all their content for it and said they're now just focusing on fixing glitches, which is what they should have fucking done 4 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
A long time ago. But yeah, no, it's still a live game, and they still have a development team, and they still plan on keeping a development team going for the foreseeable future. So yeah, it's still really badass. It's a really fun game. So. And the amount of shit we've built in that game, like we've built gladiator arenas and jousting fields and
cities.
Yeah, there's no end in sight. And when we run in the game too, it runs 24/7. It's a perpetual environment. So.
If you must protest,
he says, "I'll download it." Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you
give it a shot.
Yeah, all you guys need is the core game. You don't need any of the DLCs or none of it. Just the main core game, and then you can connect.
So this is a dreaded.
Once I get it started back up, I'll send you a link to our Discord. And then I just have a Discord to post pictures and shit of like shit people create and server information, like when the server inevitably goes down and when I have to work on it and stuff. So.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales.
Yeah, it's pretty epic, and we got a handful of people that all play on it now. So a couple of people from chat.
I have protected these.
Yeah, what's been 3-4 years?
Yeah. Fang.
We had some mods on it at one point too. We ran a whole modded server, but then we got away from the mods. Now we're just doing the vanilla game because they've added.
Keep it all kosher for everybody.
Yeah, because every time the fucking Funcom decides to make a new thing, then I have to change shit on the server. So, but we have really good rules and stuff too. So it's really fun, hassle-free game now.
Always in the last place you look.
And Derek said I can see Nick playing Ark like the guy in South Park who's playing World of Warcraft, just running around and killing people for no reason. And Joe said we are dealing with somebody who has absolutely no life.
How do you kill that which has no life?
Well, Conan is like I think it's the only game I've ever played that I have over 1,000 hours in.
Yeah.
And not only do I have over 1,000, I have almost 2,000 hours into it.
I don't even know what I have.
But the best way I can explain it is it really does feel like you're running around in the original Conan movie, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, like 1984, like when they're just running through the desert, like him and Subutai, like just going on quite like that game captures the vibe so good of that movie. And I just love it. Like, if there's an afterlife, I want that game to be my afterlife.
Mine too.
Like, I love the music. I love the biomes. You know, it doesn't feel like a survival game. It feels like a thrival game. Like, the first week...
good.
Isn't it? Like, I just came up with that. Yeah, because, like, the first few days you're in Conan... Oh, fucking that's good. But like the first few days you're in that game, like yeah, you're struggling to find food and stuff, but like once you're strong enough to procure food becomes no issue. Water's not an issue. And then once you get a couple of followers and you build a base, it's just like Party Mansion. Like there's no survival involved in the game anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, let's go raid NPC camps. Let's go fucking, you know. There's so much shit you can do in the game. It's really RPG heavy now with all the mods that they or not mods with all the stuff that they added to the game. You can really roleplay the shit out of it. If you want to live in like a fucking Japanese pagoda house on top of a mountain, you can build it. You can live it.
Yeah, there's like every style, armor, building.
Yeah, you can do Rome. All my stuff in my build is all Roman shit, like Apollonian Roman stuff. So I have like a Roman villa with like I built a whole fucking Colosseum. Man, all kinds of shit. It's endless what you can do.
Fate may decree that you pay your price now.
Oh, Nick said Elder Scrolls Oblivion is the longest game I've played. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's up there for me as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that game was killer.
I agree.
Love Oblivion.
Then let us begin.
I got quite a bit in Skyrim.
Oblivion is one that I played it till I broke it.
Yeah.
I figured out exactly how to do everything the best of the best, and then it was like kind of every year I'll just be like, I'm gonna play it, and I'll get to level like 20 and I'll have the best of everything. I'm like, okay, done.
Well, that game has one of the funnest loot systems as far as like, you know,
the leveling system is
if you beat a dungeon at level 5, they drop garbage loot, but if you go back to that same dungeon at level 30, like the same guys are dropping fucking glass armor and shit.
Right.
It's like, man, I love those hauls when you're just hauling out fucking glass and ebony swords and you're making bank and you got good shit. Like, oh, that game really did it right.
It just doesn't seem fair.
Derek said Animal Crossing New Horizons is mine, although I'd give it another year and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge might pass it. Nice.
Sacrificing us.
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew.
Yeah, I think the second game that I have the most hours in, and this is a recent one, was Tom Clancy's Division 2, the tactical shooter. I got 300 plus hours into that. I didn't see that coming.
Yes, Sir Knight. Try not to wet your
I was like, oh, this game is badass. And the next thing you know, I was like, wow, I've been playing this game for 2 months straight. Like, that's very few and far between, but yeah, I loved it that much.
The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity...
But yeah, that Conan Exiles is, we don't ever plan on changing our server or changing the game space. So...
yeah, we're going to keep it going for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah, we actually had a fucking loony thought, which is I actually found the exact components and parts of what a Funcom server for that game actually is. And it's like reasonable for like $250, $300. I could like replicate one of their servers.
Own it.
Because it's one of those things where, yeah, because it's one of those things where if you have like a better server, it's not going to be optimized. It's actually going to run the game shittier. So I was actually going to put like a single core fucking server together just to replicate an exact Conan server. And I was like, is that insane? Is that crazy? And it's like, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, I think it's awesome, but...
Well, it's one of those things of,
it's a lot of dedication
we get if we get enough people coming back to the game that want to play it.
But that's the thing. I feel like as soon as we do that, they're going to create the next Conan. Not to say there'll ever be another Conan that'll be ever as good, but like the next whatever game.
Well, they said that they're definitely... well, they definitely said they're not abandoning Conan Exiles, but they do have it in works that they do want to create a Conan Exiles 2. So if that's the case,
give it a shot.
That might be better because Conan Exiles is on Unreal Engine 4, and that is not a terribly good and optimized engine for what they created, because their game originally started in 2012, which was like the Unreal Engine 3 territory. So they made the game unoptimized for an engine that they didn't have yet, and then they re-optimized it, re-released it on Xbox 360 or whatever.
PlayStation 4.
Yeah, PlayStation 4 in 2017. Yeah. But yeah, that beta goes back to like 2012, I think, for that game. And man, to see the old footage of Conan Exiles and where it's come, like it looked like a third-party indie game, man, back then, and now it's like, wow.
There is no glory in this.
Oh shit.
They were both poisoned, Derek.
I am sorry.
You chose wrong.
Derek said Dynasty Warriors 3, hack and slash for PlayStation 2 is probably my most played, but PS2 doesn't keep track of playing time. Yeah, no trophies back then either, which sucked. Look at the size of that goblet. That's a goblet and a half. A little goblet-ooya.
Oh, that's good.
He chose poorly. Yes. Oh, shit.
I can handle the drink.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Welcome. 2 more deaths.
This is like me if I have a beer now.
I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
Oh yeah, Derek, I was going for the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade Grail challenge.
Oh,
mention.
yeah,
that's what
that
I was.
too.
That was what I was
Yeah,
thinking of. But
yeah.
Princess Bride works too.
Both.
We begin to sense the darkspawn, as we all do.
And yesterday just showed me some behind the scenes from Princess Bride, which was so funny.
Before I forget, there is one last part.
With the whole Billy Crystal scene.
Oh yeah, it's
where
being,
Rob Reiner told
Miracle
him.
Max.
Yeah, Rob Reiner basically told Billy Crystal to throw the script out and let him, and he let him improv. And Carrie Elwes said, yeah, which basically turned into Billy Crystal doing 3 hours of medieval Yiddish stand-up.
Yeah.
And all that stuff is what made the movie. They shot like 30 hours of that. And every hour, basically, they had to just keep removing people from the room because everybody was laughing so hard. Yeah, by the end of it, they took, like, Carrie Elwes wasn't even on the table anymore. They just put a dummy there.
Yeah.
They were basically like, it was like the cameraman and fucking Billy Crystal. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Dad says, yeah, Jones.
Love some Indiana Jones. See, for warriors and rogues, willpower grants more stamina for combat techniques.
So you want that as
Who
a
would
third.
you ever do that? As why would you ever put stuff in willpower, but you gotta, so you don't run out of stamina?
And then dexterity is your chance to hit, right?
I think so, yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just going hard into this. Beef Baby gotta level up.
Beef Baby! Yeah, just pure raw strength on him, I think.
Okay. Dread Howl.
Stunning. Ooh, stunning. Most enemies nearby. That's probably good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely group stun, I think.
Group stun.
Dad said I'd never seen Princess Bride. Really? Oh my god,
goodness.
you gotta watch that.
That's kind of crazy. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you could probably get that on Sky TV. Did that come back up? I forgot to tell you, Dad. Right after I got off the phone, mine errored out and did the same thing too. It was on that retry, and it wouldn't let me update. But it eventually did let me update, so hopefully it does that. And then Derek saw Derek says when I saw Carrie Elwes at Wizard World, basically a geek fest, he mentioned that the inconceivable part was originally offered to Danny DeVito and he turned it down. Oh man.
Oh, what a different movie.
Yeah, that would have been a different movie. Then Joe said, so when Princess Bride came out, Andre the Giant had a series of caretakers on the road. Yep, and one of them suffered because in the hotel he played Princess Bride over and over for weeks on repeat.
Did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us.
Yeah, you and Tony need to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not violent or anything. You guys would both like it. It's like a kids movie. It's got fucking everybody in it. Billy Crystal is masterful in it. Yeah, Andre the Giant, Carrie Elwes,
Mandy
Patinkin.
Which, fun fact, Candy, my mom, and I are going to go see Mandy Patinkin sing and tell stories and do all kinds of fun stuff in about a month or so.
Nice. That's going to be awesome.
I'm super stoked. If people don't know, the guy, hello, my name is Indigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. He started on Broadway, and he is a phenomenal singer. And I knew him as a singer before all of that. He was Sancho in Don Quixote Man of La Mancha, and I had that cassette, and I'm super stoked to go see him live. He said he's going to tell stories and sing songs.
That's so awesome,
and
yeah.
that's just going to be great.
Flank the Darkspawn, I remember.
Yeah, I am not going because I can't listen to a man sing a song. Just kidding. That's a Seinfeld line.
I know. You went to Colm Wilkinson.
I did.
Did you, and you had a good time?
I did. It was really. It was great.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I did enjoy it. But you know, seating is everything for me.
Yeah, we got real good seats. For
Yeah,
this.
that was like good seats for me is like back row, like edge, so that I can get up and go take a piss 14 times during the show and not bother anybody.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Yeah, I love seeing a person sing a song.
Yes, Your Majesty.
My dad said the TV is great, just like you said. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah,
Good stuff.
Yeah, Tony and I will watch it. Yeah, you guys will both like it.
You'll dig it for sure.
Yeah, like I said, it's more on the.
It's
not really. It's more
Robin Hood
romancy.
It's Robin Hood men in tights
Without the
for chicks.
Yeah, it's more of a romancy kind of movie and stuff. Oh, yeah, Fred Savage in it too. Yeah, but it's fantastic. It's a great story, and hands down, some of the best sword fighting. Because they had a great sword master, which is Bob Anderson, who taught Carrie Elwes and Mandy Patinkin Capo Ferro, which is the most utilized rapier sword fighting technique from that time period.
And they even bring it up in the movie, which is fantastic.
Yeah, they talk about
Capo
Capo Ferro.
You study that?
Yes.
It's fantastic.
I actually have some of Capo Ferro stuff. Very excellent sword fighting technique, the best rapier sword fighting technique. And for those of you who don't know, Bob Anderson was also the sword master on Lord of the Rings, but he was the sword master on Willow, I believe, and
Prince of Thieves, the other Robin Hood movie. He did that.
Yeah, he was basically the sword master in every. Yeah, he was the go-to guy because he was a legit sword master. And then Joe said, "You can't exactly tell Andre no." Yeah, dude,
right.
Yes.
So am I. You'll need to cross the gorge.
The good old broken seal seat. Yeah, yup.
From the top, you'll
Yeah, and my knees hurt if I sit too long, so I got to be able to kick a leg. And Derek said that fencing scene was so good. Yeah,
fantastic.
Bob Anderson, the guy who choreographed that, he was my hero growing up. All I wanted to do was be him. I wanted to just be the set choreographer for sword fighting scenes on movies. I just loved setting up the action and doing that stuff. I just love it, man.
May he watch over us all.
Some great fencing techniques. Yeah, it makes me miss fencing when I did it for 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I did a little bit in college, but it's, that was more sport fencing and not traditional style fencing, so it was a little bit hard for me to break my habits that I had learned.
Alright. Now, I'm pretty sure I can talk to people here.
Oh, this is such a cool place.
It is.
This definitely looks like a Witcher.
The map is real wonky, though, as far as being, inverted like this.
Is north where that direction's pointing, or is that your
that's
way?
That's where I gotta go for my
that's where you
mission.
gotta go.
But
Okay.
I know that there was a person that I can talk to here, which I would like to. I'd like to talk to a person. I'd like to stop saying it.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I need one person that can open a fucking lock.
And then Derek said, "I will admit the part with the machine that drains life used to scare the heck out of me as a kid."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucked up scene. Yeah, some of the practical effects are pretty cool and spooky too, like the bog dogs.
Yeah.
Well, we won't spoil it because Mom and Dad are gonna watch it, so that's not really a spoiler.
There could be a bog.
Yeah.
There may or may not be a bog. That quiet part. Then you get orcs whoo, whoo,
yeah,
whoo, like that kind of stuff. Oh, it just gets my blood boiling. Speech. We need a speech first. Good war.
I can't imagine the terror that would be going through you before a fucking battle like this.
Oh.
Because you know there's probably going to be a 75% chance that you're not going to make it out of there.
Yep.
And that's all well and good. Like, okay, I'm going to die for this. That's fine. Anybody can wrap their head around, I'm probably not going to be here at the end of the day. But part of you is going to be like, how bad is it going to be?
Yeah.
Like, are you just going to get ended real quick from behind that you don't see
you're
it?
getting stabbed
Or are you going to lose your hand and then you're just going to bleed out? You know? It's got to weigh on you constantly. You got to be uncomfortable because armor, no matter what you're wearing, is completely uncomfortable.
It's raining.
Yeah.
Ah, getting bowed up.
Armor's gross. What if you didn't take a shit that morning, so your stomach's probably hurting you?
Probably didn't, yeah.
Yeah. Helm's Deep, yep.
Yup. Yeah, you're not going anywhere, puss.
Oh yeah, Dad and Mom have been watching Sick of It. Yeah, we still haven't watched it. We're gonna check that out at some point. That's the Carl Pilkington thing.
Yeah. He's hilarious.
Yeah, some of you may die, but that's a chance I am willing to take.
I'm just playing the Braveheart speech in my mind. Oh yeah, run, and you will live.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
a while. When you're
it's a
lying
good speech.
there in your beds. Would you trade everything just for one moment?
Oh, you're gonna get me teary.
Oh, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
I could seriously just listen to that all day.
Part of me would gotta think that maybe it may be easier to go up against an undead enemy like that. Just because, I don't know, the whole brother on brother of like fighting a tribe that's nearby that maybe you've seen these people before, that's gotta be hard. A lot harder than just killing a creature that you have no emotional attachment to. Like, yeah, you got the fear of like, oh my god, this is scary. But then again, you're probably like, I have no qualms about killing any or all of these things.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah, monster killing's where it's at.
Yeah.
People killing is too harsh.
Yeah. But that's where games like this have a good, you know, job of like, you know, when they show like the orcs at the dinner table kind of shit. Like, you're like, oh, they're real people too. Like, oh, fuck. Can't even kill an orc without thinking about that.
Right.
That says a true leader, Joe. And Derek says, I thought Kenji was saying he was watching something and now he's sick of it. That's what Anna and I do. We watch something until we're pretty much sick of it, then move on to something else.
Yeah. Alright, we gotta go light.
Right now we've had Peacock for the month, just to catch up on some of the Saturday Night Live episodes that we've been kind of missing. And now we're back into we're like, yep, we're sick of that again. So.
Came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, Carl Pilkington.
Coming with us, mage? Cool. Wait, what is... Oh, see, now that you put your sword out, your sword's not gonna go away.
Because you're in combat mode now, so yeah. Yeah, it took me a while to come around to games like this where it was more turn-based, like
it's definitely
third-person
harder
action.
to get used to.
Yeah, because you're not just hitting the X button to like attack. You're hitting it when your cooldowns come up.
Right.
Derek, like, I'm so confused. Like, what is he sick of? Helm's Deep, Lord of the Rings?
So sick of this Lord of the Rings talk every week. I'm sick of talking about body mass with you, dude.
Is that a level up that guy's got? Is that what that little plus thing is?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, this whole portrait system, the 4-party system has become the new standard. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were both 6-party members. And at some point, I think they just decided, like, yeah, let's make it down to 4. And now most games that are like this are all 4-party systems. Like, even Greedfall, which is a very similar clone to games like these, also 4-party system. Which Greedfall ended up being really fun. For anybody who likes games like these.
Yeah, why do I know...
So that's like this type of game, but it's more like 1700 or like 1800s like steampunkish kind of vibes. But I'm pretty sure I played that on PC, but I'm not. Yeah, I think I played it on PC. Joe said if it involves Christopher Lee, I'll never get tired of talking about it. That man was a gift to us. Yeah, he's awesome. I really liked him in the James Bond movie too. What was it, Man with the Golden Gun? Yeah, Fire Sword's really cool.
Yeah.
Dad says best vamp ever.
See, so I really should be rotating.
Yeah, he might be.
People.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got the cone of influence, as we called it. Yeah, he's definitely up there. I gotta say, yeah, Joe. Oh, so that's cool. So you could play as your party member the whole time if you wanted, and your other guys are just gonna do automatic shit, right?
They do automatic stuff. You can go into their system and like really critique, like have them attacking.
But you could pause, right, and then set everybody to do different things, right? Don't they? Doesn't this game have an interactive
Yeah,
pause?
so you can do this.
Oh, which brings up the Hot Wheel,
It
which
brings
pauses
up the
it.
Hot Wheel, and then spells. There's a whole thing. Yeah, advanced. This is where you can go into each person and go like specifically
whole position
each
and
thing.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you can play as Beef Baby. That's pretty great.
You sure can.
Yeah, Derek's got it. One of the horror movie Holy Trinity members for me: Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, and Vincent Price. Yep, big time. I still think the best is Wesley Snipes' Blade, if you count him. Yeah.
That's fair.
The
yeah.
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Yeah, I actually like the Blade movies. You know, I thought they were, I love Wesley Snipes.
Especially Blade Trinity 3 featuring Triple H.
Triple H, yeah. Triple H
and Ryan Reynolds.
Triple H and Parker Posey. What a combination.
Is that the one with Ryan Reynolds in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I forgot he was in that. Yeah, Parker
Hilarious.
Posey from Mascots and fucking Best in Show.
Is that who she is?
Yeah. Bev and now.
That's
that's her.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, when she was one, yeah, she's literally like the commander main chick across from Hunter Hearst Helmsley. She's like the main vampire chick that's like with him the whole time. She's the really smarmy vampire.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's her. That's Babineau.
I would have lost $1 million.
Well, everybody was like, why the fuck is she in a vampire movie? Because like I said, she's always in those like Best in Show. Like she's in a lot of like Wes Anderson. She's in a lot of like Wes Anderson kind of like movies that are like more kitschy kind of roles.
Yeah.
I guess.
Subtle humor.
Yeah, like she's in a lot of shit like that. And I don't even know if she's ever been in a Wes Anderson movie, but it's just the kind of vibe she gives off. She's like a very like more of like a wholesome kind of, you know, actress. But so it was really weird for her to be in it. And yeah, it wasn't. I mean, not a tremendous piece of filmmaking, I'd say. But it's the concept, right? You get credit for concept, and I think Blade has got a good concept.
I dig it as well.
Yeah. But yeah, you couldn't go wrong with Wesley Snipes back in the day. I mean, fucking Demolition Man and shit, right? Like, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Josie, yep, and when Blade showed up in Deadpool and Wolverine, I'll be mad enough to admit I needed to change my pants. Oh, man, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, we have not, that's on our list to see. We haven't seen that yet. Yeah, I gotta say, it's been a while since we've been watching mostly like TV and catching up on TV and shit.
Yeah.
We haven't really done much movies. Watching a little bit of wrestling too, since we got Peacock.
Yeah, good amount of wrestling.
Yeah, mostly old shit. It's just so hard to watch some of the, like, the newer wrestling I could watch is like, I think like some of the women's wrestling nowadays is like top notch. Like, who's the goth chick that wrestles everything?
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley. Yeah, she's fucking awesome. I think some of the stuff is really good, but man. Nice.
Ooh, achievement.
Yeah, because you played this on your Xbox 360,
Yeah.
so I never got this far in my game. Dad says I like Bella.
The Goatsy.
Yeah, and then Derek said, "Oh my god, I thought when Kenji said Bella for best vampire is in Twilight, the girl's name is Bella. Now I realize he meant Bella Lugosi." Yeah, no, not Twilight. Team Edward or Team Jacob. Yeah, neither. Joe says Rhea Ripley is my Dommy mommy.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's mad hot. I dig her. I dig her whole vibe.
She's
That's what Ann and I were.
I think she's Australian. She's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Ann and I were talking about, especially like the women wrestling for a while was just way too pop star-y, like, all the girls were all like glammed up and stuff, and Anna was just like, where are the fucking girls that represent me? Like, where, like, I want a tough, badass, like, biker fucking chick. And there was none of that until Rhea Ripley showed up, and that's like,
the
yes,
closest thing ever, but she was just like punk. Like,
yeah, and
she was badass.
yeah. So.
But yeah, no, there's now there's some thick broads in there that can actually pwn, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I think the women's wrestling has completely flipped. It used to be very, very, like, and I don't want to degrade the women's wrestling movement, but it was very, like, you could tell it was all for like sex kind of.
Tits.
Yeah, it was all. It's all.
Wait, you're not talking about the whipped cream bikini matches, are you?
Yeah,
2003.
I am, and those were great matches. Don't get me wrong. There's some real good quality writing going on in those. But not a dry seat in the house.
not a dry pair of jockeys in the place.
Yeah, but they weren't really compelling. And then the opposite, the men's wrestling was second to none. You got Mick Foley and The Rock. That wrestling doesn't even exist anymore. Like, you watch wrestling now and it's just like, Jesus, everybody just looks like they're going out of their way to not get hurt. And it's just everything's super punches and super kicks. Like, there's no, like, you don't see anybody pile drive anybody. Like, traditional pile drivers are illegal.
Banned, yeah.
Yeah, they're banned. It's just like, you don't see any of that shit anymore. Like, there's only a handful of wrestlers, like dudes like Kevin Owens and shit, that really take big falls and bumps anymore. You just don't see it. And now the women's, like the men's wrestling nowadays is just, it's just not compelling. And the women's wrestling is like, holy fuck, they're giving it their goddamn all. Like, some of the shit is like fucking brutal. Some of the, get to the end of a women's match now and it's like, fucking, you're not supposed to bleed anymore. And it's like, nope, they're all bleeding. And like, Dad says, yeah, Derek, the old guy. And Joe said, it's actually respectable now. The women have been incredible. Yeah, beyond incredible, honestly. I think they've been really holding wrestling together. Like if you watch an old match with like The Rock and shit like that, like, the dudes back then, they were just so fast and fucking hardcore that it was like, wow. Now you watch matches nowadays and it's like, woo, it's slow. They're like taking their time now. Derek says, puppies! And Joe said, see what John Cena did this past weekend? Pretty big news? No, I didn't see.
Evil bastard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
He's
told me.
getting mean.
Well, the first time over. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna have to catch up on some of the newer shit. Yeah, we've been watching some older stuff. I watched first appearance of, it was the first Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, and then the first appearance of Kane, which was awesome. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker obviously put on an insane fucking match. And then you have Kane walking into a ring for the first time as Kane. and then unscripted ripping the fucking door off the cage, which was awesome. Like, you would have thought that they set that up, but behind the scenes said that, you know, they just wanted him to, like, rip open the door and stuff. And he actually ripped it off its fucking hinges, which, watching that live, man, it gives you chills watching him do that, because he's such a big fucking dude. Like, watching him just rip that fucking door off the hinges and throw it to the side and get in the ring. And then seeing fucking Undertaker's face just like, holy shit! Like, this dude is coming after me. Like, that's pretty cool. Dan says went bad. Yep.
What do we do now?
Yeah, I think all the wrestlers out there today are very talented and stuff. I think some of the, like, the rules and the washing down of, like, what we're allowed to see now is a little bit excessive. Like, and I get it. Like, you don't want these guys to have, you know, look at what happened to, like, Chris Benoit and shit, you know. There's only so many fucking times you can get your head smashed in.
Well,
you know,
proven.
to where
it's proven.
It fucks with you.
Yeah, like.
But not everybody has to take that turn. Give people the option and maybe say, hey, guys, let's not do that. Like, you shouldn't have to do this, but if you want to, that's your personal choice. You know, I think they should still leave it up to the wrestlers. But a lot of that is that Chris Nowinski from Tough Enough is setting the bar for all that, and for football guys too, with the modified helmets, you know.
Yeah, no, they, I mean, it's definitely something that I'm happy that they're caring about. Like, these guys helps, because
yeah, 100%.
You watch any old documentary, and it's like they would literally go in a match, get beat to a fucking pulp, like just the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Limp out of there, pick up their backpack, get in the car, drive for 14 hours, sleep.
Get drunk, eat pills.
Sleep for 3 hours, wake up, pop as many ibuprofen as you can handle, and then get in the ring and do it again. So it's like, I agree, they need medical sanction or whatever you want to call it. Like, a human body can't do all these things. Like.
Yeah, and like look at too like the whole fucking match with The Rock and Mick Foley, where The Rock had to have delivered at least 20 fucking chair shots to Mick Foley's head, splitting his head completely wide fucking open to where he needed like staples and like surgery, and it's just like, and that happened within the first like 15 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
And Mick Foley wrestled for like another hour almost after that, and it's just like, how much can a fucking human take? But then again, you know, there's not too many people who will ever get close to touching the caliber that Mick Foley was.
Yeah,
there's not a hardened dude that ever steps in the ring that is as hard as he is.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna really.
Well, they're not allowed to be, I guess.
Combat that record.
They're not even allowed to be that dumb anymore. Joe said I met Kane a few years ago. It was kind of odd seeing him in the mask with a t-shirt and jeans.
Glenn?
But it was cool as hell. Yeah, Glenn. You mean Governor Glenn?
That's the best part. That's why it was so satisfying watching that match, because we watched him when he was on the Broken Skull, being interviewed by Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he tells the story of like how he became Kane. And it was like they had seen him do like amateur wrestling, like off the side, like nothing crazy, but he was gigantic. So they were like, we got to make a place for this guy. So they finally make a place for him. They're like, okay, they call him and they're like, you're going to be the Undertaker's brother.
Yeah, because they had been doing that plot line they had no end to that plot line. They didn't have the guy. They were doing the plot line for months.
Yeah, and so then once they figured out like, okay, he's going to be the guy, they like called him and they're like, okay, we need you to be in St. Louis on Monday or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'll be there. He starts driving like halfway there. His car almost like literally blows up on the side of the highway. Like it just starts smoking and spitting oil and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So then he calls like his one friend, and his one friend comes to pick him up off the side of the road. They stop at like a all-you-can-eat Waffle House, and they just eat as much as they possibly can, hit the road, literally get there as the show had already started.
The show was already, he was almost late for his first appearance.
Yeah, he puts on his spandex.
He had never been in that specific ring before. He'd never been
never been in that outfit before.
Yeah.
And then he walks down the, ramp gets to the middle. The crowd goes nuts. He rips the door off the thing. He does the
Which, when you
fire
hear the
thing,
fucking crowd, they gasp
lose their
when he
minds
rips
for
that door
him.
off the hinge, because he said he didn't even know how he was going to navigate the door because it was chained shut.
Well, they were supposed
to let him in.
The other guys out, and it's just like, well, that didn't happen.
Yeah, and going based
So-
on what Derek said too, he
Oh,
must have
yeah.
been so jacked up having that moment in the pros that door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said too. He goes, nothing could stop me, and he said he was so adrenaline up and he was so scared and so nervous. He just went, and that when he ripped it off, you hear the crowd just gasp audibly, like, "Holy fuck!" Like. That's a real chain fucking door. If anybody who's worked with those things knows that they are nigh impossible to rip open. And the fact that dude just ripped it off his hinge and then set it aside and walked through it, like, boss moment, man.
Yeah.
Derek said same with football. Yeah, it's annoying that they basically wrap these players in bubble wrap via color penalties, but needed to be done. Yeah. Players forgetting their own kids' names before they can see senior citizens.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Wow, look at this guy.
Isn't he awesome?
Awesome. Wow, beautiful character model there. And then Joe said, yeah, and Kurt Angle broke his neck 5 times in his life, and he had to rely on 65 pain pills a day. Yup, at his worst.
Oh my God.
With that kind of injury. Yeah, dude.
That documentary was radical that we watched about him.
Yeah, that was. Like, you got to be one special guy to break your neck in the middle of a fucking match and then go on wrestling, and to have have the other teams know that your neck are broken and purposely going after your neck,
right?
And then having your ass handed to you still by this guy. Just like, people like that are few and far between.
Good
Oh,
dish.
cool! That's awesome. Awesome.
Blood groove.
Blood groove.
Yeah, cool. Good job, guys.
So cool.
Yeah, light the thing. You're the wizard. You got the staff. Light the thing. Oh, $56.
Very nice.
It's great. Yeah, light it. Figured the mage would just, because he could just do that, but I guess I'm gonna sit there like, you know, like Flint striking to get this beacon lit, and the wizard's just gonna be like,
What about the king? Should we not do as
Joe said I broke my neck in 2021.
Damn.
Nearly to how bad Kurt did, but 4 years later, I still feel it every morning when I wake up. I can't imagine that life. God damn.
Sucks, dude.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Yeah, I honestly don't know how... Like, you have to have wanted to be a wrestler your whole life in order to be a wrestler, because nobody wanted to fucking do it. And even Kurt said when we were watching that one thing, he even said, like, he was, like, day one at the wrestling camp.
He quit.
OVW.
Yeah,
he quit and walked out the door
like,
because he's like, after he took a couple of bumps, because he's like, dude, come on, get out of here. I can't. You guys fucking. You can't just take bumps like that. And someone told him, like, no, stick with it. Like, it gets better.
You're gonna bruise for 6 months and then it'll stop.
Yeah.
And it did. It's
Well,
that's crazy.
Well, that's the whole Fight Club mentality. Like, the first time you step in there, you know, you feel like you're made of dough, and then after, you know, a couple of fights, you're carved out of lead. And it's like, that is true, man.
That's the king.
Our king is dead?
The king is dead.
Oh, shit.
This is a true blight. That is a dark god. Duncan's is the fucking man, and he just goes all over the world here and just kills beasts.
That's a very Witcher type
Yeah.
profession. Oh no, Duncan.
Talk about like an all is lost moment, you know? Everybody's getting, if you're getting kicked, you're losing this fight. And the guy who was supposed to be in charge of everything, just done for.
Oh no, Duncan. Oh shit. We can't die with
the end of the game.
Yeah.
The king dies. Duncan dies. You die. It's over. Fade to black. Sopranos.
Nice 2-hour campaign.
Yeah.
A nice tight 2-hour campaign.
I guess I should have gone with the dwarf.
And then Joe said, imagine being the guy in the finals of the Olympics who lost to Kurt Angle knowing he had a broken neck. Yeah.
Oh, but that guy knew, and he just reefed on it so hard. Watching that match was just like, oh.
Yeah, that guy was that guy was a fucking asshole.
He knew his
too.
neck was messed up. But I mean, Kurt was on horse tranquilizers. He didn't feel nothing. Like,
yeah, because when he broke it, he went to his fixer doctor.
Fine.
And the guy's like, well, like he goes, I can shoot you in the neck with something. He goes, you ain't gonna feel shit, but
Do you not remember?
And the guy was like, there's only so much you can do this. He's like, if you do it, you break your neck more. He's like, you're never gonna be. He goes, you're gonna be immobile. And Kurt didn't give a shit. He's like, shoot me up with the fucking tranquilizer. Like, I'll take my chances. And then he went on and fucking. And a lot of people don't know he broke his neck in like the first round of those matches. He not only had to beat that guy, he had to beat 4 other guys in that bracket. He had to beat like 5 guys with a broken neck. So he didn't just beat that one guy. He beat 5.
No, he beat the whole round of everybody.
Yeah, he beat the whole round of everybody and then fucking won it. And it's like, man, that's something. That's something to be proud of. Nick said, GG's.
Yeah, thanks.
And Joe said, well, that was intense. Yeah.
I will stay and make something to eat.
Yeah, the BioWare really brought like really good storytelling to video games.
I can't do that.
A lot of games, they have a lot of good stuff going on for them, but BioWare with these Dragon Age games and a lot of the stuff they made was like they really made it. And the Witcher games with like CD Projekt Red and like Cyberpunk and shit, they really made your choices matter, and they really felt like God, we're really losing here. Can we pull this together?
Yeah.
And as much as I love Skyrim, you don't really have that level of like, oh, all is lost. You kind of just feel like you're floating around in a really good open world, but you just never feel that like, oh God, like, how are we gonna get to the end of this? Like, you don't really feel any emotion playing Skyrim.
This game is all emotion.
Yeah, it is.
You just feel like you said the wrong thing, and you did the wrong thing at the wrong time, and you were too late.
You feel like that was preventable, what just happened there.
Yeah,
like they
totally
made you feel like that was your.
It's all your fault. You didn't light the beacon fast enough. You took too long to get to the top of the tower.
That's tough. And Derek said, "Did we win the battle?" Well, we succeeded, but we did not win the battle technically. There's nothing we could have done though. You're supposed to essentially lose that. But
what's that?
That battle.
It's in the script.
Yeah, that's
it's
in the script. Yeah, there's nothing you can do better.
No, your parents. It's like any Disney movie. Your parents have to die. You have to be all is lost, abandoned, half dead. Then you work your way back to the top. Honestly, it's classic John Rambo rules. Everything has to be taken away.
This
from
game
you.
took a lot from John Rambo. Okay.
They drew first blood.
Yeah, because it makes it all the better when you come back and you like, now we're gonna fucking kick your ass.
Right, like technically the game hasn't even really started.
No,
which is a crazy thing to say. But
why the intro comes up?
Yeah, Dragon Age.
Dragon Age. I've seen it, man. I've seen intros come up 2 hours into a game and like, whoa. Hogwarts is a solid hour.
Yeah.
You don't even see the fucking intro screen for Hogwarts Legacy for like the first fucking hour at least.
Okay, what does this mean? You gotta tread lightly right here. I know a bit of magic and I serve both of you.
Oh, Dadman, I mean Kurt. Yeah. We just watched that whole Team Foxcatcher documentary about, that was the same Team Foxcatcher as where Kurt was training at. That was a fucking crazy documentary.
I would like to say I suppose we should thank you, but saying the I suppose sounds real bitchy.
Yeah.
Like, I suppose we're supposed to thank you now.
And you never know with BioWare games, sometimes it says, oh, so why did you save us? But then the shit that comes out of your mouth isn't those words.
Yeah, she's like, so why'd you save us then? And
yeah.
It's like, that's not what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight.
This broad, so this is Morgana's mother. This
right.
lady you're talking to. she's got a bit of a
So
story.
if you fuck shit up with her,
It's
that
been a-
affects
it's
you
a
getting
whole thing.
Morgana as the mage,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I do remember that from your playthrough.
Okay, it's always been the Grey Warden's duty. Of course not. Is she?
So did you become an honorary Grey Warden yet?
I did. So when I drank that stuff and it didn't kill me,
Oh, that's
I'm
the
now
test.
a Grey Warden.
Okay.
So me and Alistair are both Grey Wardens. We left the battle to go light the beacon. When we did, pretty much
Everybody got
all
slaughtered.
Grey Wardens were killed, as well as the king and pretty much everybody.
So now we're kind of trying to like rebuild the order or keep it alive, so to
We're
speak.
trying to keep it alive and do the good, which is we still have to wreak vengeance because the Tim Curry killed my father.
Yes.
And I do have a brother somewheres.
Oh right.
Fergus is
Oh,
somewhere.
Fergie didn't die in
Fergie didn't die. Well, I have no confirmation on that. And so now we just got to keep on keeping on. Okay.
Yeah, I might have to give this game another chance. I think it's currently on sale. I think you could honestly get this game for like $1.99 on Steam.
It's honestly worth it. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, because I'd like to see how this looks remastered and shit, or not even remastered, but on like better fucking graphics and shit. Like on the new PC system, this probably looks pretty sweet.
Me, I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing
Bullshit.
of lights and darkspawn.
Well,
I don't want to say your
whatever
story, but I
Mavian's
don't want to spoil it for anybody.
obviously thinks the Darkspawn are reminders.
I mean, everybody. I mean,
Must warn
it's
everyone this
old.
isn't the case.
Yeah, I mean this is from 2009. I don't know how many. I think the people who wanted to play this probably have already played it.
Can I say?
Sure, I don't give a fuck.
He just betrayed his own king.
She's a dragon.
Even knew what he did.
Whoa.
She is a giant, badass, crazy fucking dragon.
She
and it
is.
is an insane fight later.
Oh shit.
Way later.
Does having her daughter on your team help you in that?
No,
Oh.
it's tough.
It makes it
Either
worse if
way,
anything.
Yeah. I'm just getting too talky now. I don't want to do the talking. Just leads me to mess up the
And he was Kaelin's uncle.
dynamic of the whole thing. If I could just not like. Let's get going.
We could go to Red
Well, that's why I had to take a break from Baldur's Gate 3 because the dialogue was so heavy and so extensive, and then if anything gets said wrong or anything happens the wrong way, it could totally affect everything. Or you might say something, then a fight breaks out. It's just like, oh great, now we got it. And like there's like no easy fights in Baldur's Gate 3. Like every fight seems to be like you need to throw everything in your arsenal at it. But that being said, the game is a masterwork.
Of course.
One of these days I will finish it.
Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
That's the plan, brother.
Let's do it. Yeah, your character looks so
you are
badass.
set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I just went with a generic face and then goosed it a little bit.
That's what I do too. I don't get like too crazy into the character editors. Like I just pick something that looks kind of cool, put a couple tweaks. All my characters look the same. They usually have like long black gothy kind of hair and pale and like bluish eyes.
Thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go,
Still,
there is
I
yet
know you
one
were a
more
dragon,
thing.
so I'm gonna say thank you again. I'm just gonna say thank you. I'm just gonna say it one more time.
Will we have 2 guests for the eve, or none? The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly.
Come on, bitch. Come with me.
We'll be joining them.
I want you to come with me.
Such a shame. What?
I want you.
I want you.
I want you, Marsh. I want you.
Bad ears.
Oh, Morrigan is her name.
Oh, Morrigan.
That's a good.
I didn't think
that's
it
a
was
good.
Morgana. And I don't think about the.
Because that was a character in another game, I think.
It's
Or is it-
Merlin's bang sister.
Oh, gotcha.
Daughter thing.
That's actually what I named my Diablo 1 character, because you play as a female archer in that game. You can't pick your sex in that, so I named her Morgana.
That's cool.
But Morrigan's a good name. I got Diablo 2 Resurrected that I gotta get down and play sometime when I'm feeling those types of games. And I think I was gonna go with Amazon with that playthrough, so that would be good. Has anybody played the Diablo 2 Resurrected? Or whatever the fuck it's called?
Which one is that technically?
Diablo 2, but it's
yeah.
it's been remastered and they changed a lot of stuff and like they brought it up to speed. They brought it bang up to date. They changed a lot of the mechanics and stuff and re-spruced it up. Hey, Eli in the house. He says Amazon Prime.
What's up, dude? Hope you're having a good night.
Oh, no, wait. Nick says I'm doing my first run on Diablo 2. Are you playing the original one or are you playing the resurrected one or whatever? Or the remastered, whatever the fuck it's called? With the updated graphics, I mean. Because I picked that up like a couple months ago. Yeah, the remastered one? Nice! Have you... Oh, it's way harder? Yeah, okay. Is it like cool? Is it fun, though? I haven't been feeling like that type of game, so... Because I just played Van Helsing, which was that type of game, an action RPG, and that was pretty fun. Titan Quest I just played. Like I said, first time playing it, love it, awesome, dude. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. Yeah, I played Diablo 2 like way back when it originally came out, and then Ann and I. Remember that when we both had like laptops and shit?
Yeah, we both played hardcore.
Yeah, we went hardcore with that. We played that. But I've not tried the new one yet, so yeah, it seems sweet. I just got to be in the right mental space to play it. It says I love it. It says I butchered Diablo 3. Nice. Yeah, Diablo 3. I had a pretty awesome character in that. I had a whirlwind barbarian.
Oh,
totally fucking
beautiful whirlwind barbarians. How great are they?
Yeah.
Whirlwind is my shit.
Well, I actually, you know what? I changed him. It wasn't whirlwind anymore. I think the last time I played him, he was a fury barb. So was that dash and fury?
Yeah.
But as long as you hit more than like 2 or 3 characters, then you get all your charges back. So I could just power dash through fucking everything. That was like one of the only fucking action RPG characters that I ever had. Every fucking gear set piece that I needed for the character. Like usually I'm always missing something.
Yeah.
That was like the only character I had every fucking piece perfectly the way I needed it. That character was bad. I loved him, man.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to
Nick said he had an infinite wizard blizzard with mirror mirage and just would physically break. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I've seen those. That's sick. Yeah, my barbarian wasn't like game breaking good. If you played really well, he was borderline game breaking, but it was also one of those things where if you didn't fucking hit, if you fucked up your stack or whatever and you didn't do everything right, then you could get your ass kicked. But when you were playing good, he was really strong. I had a pretty awesome Diablo 4 character too, but I mean that really didn't take a whole lot of time to put together. Diablo 4 is kind of more of like felt like more of a cell phone game, honestly, with the amount of abilities that you can pick. But my rogue with Diablo 4 was pretty fucking awesome. Still is pretty good. I mean, they nerfed him into oblivion, but he's still strong. And I just replayed Diablo 1. I had a fucking blast. I think that's my new personal favorite out of the series. I love Diablo 2 because of like how much shit you can do in it, but God, there was something just so simply beautiful about Diablo 1. I just fucking love it. Nick said, yeah, I haven't played Diablo 4 that much. Yeah, honestly, I thought it was great my first playthrough, but I thought the replayability kind of sucked. And that's because you're like all of the shit you do, like all your map stuff and like all of that shit, like all of the shit you collected, that carries through all your characters. And I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. Like, I want to start over and play again. It's like, nope, you already have the map identified. You already have the waypoint. You already have this. You already have that. It's like, well, what's the point of starting a new character if I already have all of my shit? Like,
yeah,
that's kind of stupid. Like, I feel like it's like borderline cheating. But
boom, now the game starts.
Wow, that's
now
awesome.
You decide where you go, what you're doing.
Wow, cool.
And I'm pretty sure this is where we got to go next.
Damn, that's awesome. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then you just make your way there.
Yeah, that's cool. Is there like a camp thing? Is that what?
There is a camp thing. That's when things get sultry.
Yeah. So the same thing as like the Greedfall and Baldur's Gate, all that shit. Set up camp.
Or like Oregon Trail. You
Yeah,
know, when
Oregon
you make,
Trail, yeah.
When you make camp and then...
Yeah, dude, Nick, I couldn't agree more. Their money grab DLC stuff is getting out of hand. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I expect each of you
Yeah,
to
I just can't
supply
stand
these
it
men.
when games do
We
that.
must rebuild what was lost
I have to pee.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quickly.
So just...
There are those
Yeah, Candy, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's cool, right? I love a good map.
This is where it starts.
We must defeat this
Tex says, go to the beach, spring break.
We must do so sensibly.
The Waking
without
Sea, yeah.
hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak.
This game is going to get campy? It sure is, Eli.
You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent. And
Nick says
claim we
playing
must
PvP a
unite
lot and
under
destroying
your banner
people.
for our
Nice.
own good.
Yeah, I never really do PvP too much in games.
But what of
I thought the PvP in Diablo 4 was pretty cool. There was so much I liked about the game. I just think they could have, I don't know. I think they could have just done a little bit more with it. I thought the skills were severely lacking. And their constant nerfs to mediocre builds were annoying.
And neither will any of you.
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this.
Yeah, and 4 it was fun, but they're doing the cash grab shit. It gets annoying. Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like when any game does it. To be honest, I think DLCs are kind of like a blight of the gaming community at this point.
Van Tegan, please.
Your Majesty.
There hasn't really been a DLC that I've played in my memory that I was like, oh, the game is better with that DLC. It's very few and far between where that's the case. But I think they should put the game out, patch it, and fucking leave it. Like, if you're gonna... Like, DLCs are basically just saying, like, hey, we rushed the game and we didn't have time to put this content in the game when it was scheduled to be in the game.
Right, we had this idea, but we just didn't do it.
Right. And all it would have taken was just putting the game back another year and then putting all this content. I think it's cheap that they charge $40 for a DLC and then essentially give... Then they do a definitive edition where they just give it all to you for a cheaper price 2 years later anyways. That's like...
Jimmy!
Jim! Can I get a little tongue?
Maybe we should just let these pass.
Nonsense. Greetings,
Yeah, Nick, here's $50 legendary armor that drains people's life the longer you stand by it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's all that pay-to-win bullshit. I fucking hate it.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silver.
You know, it doesn't help that I'm like a mad cheap gamer. Like I generally don't spend extra on games. I usually don't buy DLCs. You know, and if let's say like I get a game and it does have a big DLC thing, I usually don't even touch the DLC. I'll beat the core game and all the shit, and then that's pretty much it. Jimmy! Well, what a good sweet boy.
You still gotta pay.
It says Jimmy! You good little Jim. You good little Jimmy.
We have rules, you know.
Oh, hi, good boy. You gonna give Papa a little bit of snout?
We get to ransack
Yeah.
your corpse then.
Oh, baby, if I lean down enough, we're gonna...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he good boy. He want a little snout from Papa.
She says she's a Grey Warden.
You're goddamn right I'm a Grey Warden. You want to fuck with this?
And Eli, oh my god, so true, said, could you imagine if movies had features like that? There's alternate scenes that make the movie better, but only if you pay more. Oh my god, yeah.
That's a good call out.
It is almost akin to like the George Lucas syndrome, where he couldn't leave his own movies and like, hey, I'm gonna add all this shit later now that we have the technology, and then just absolutely ruin the movies. Like, nobody needed to see 6 tauntauns in the background. Like, it's just like, leave shit alone. Like, more is not always better, you know.
Right. We surrender. We're just trying to get by.
And it pisses me off when, like, if I do play a game, you know, and then like 2 months after I play it, they're like, oh, here's a DLC where we give you a shitload more content. It's like, great, I'm not gonna want to play it just to play that. Like,
Right.
I'm done with it. I beat the game.
I'm sorry.
Or so I thought. Candy hits Mr. Bond! It is, it's a little Mr. Bond. I'm gonna pop a little bit of snout. And Derek said it's like when Prince had Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2 sold separately, so I bought them. They came out as a double album with a bonus disc of rare B-sides. I was like, fuck that, I pirated the B-sides bonus disc without any shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a total cop-out. 100% honesty, there's no reason for deadlines in video games other than shareholders. That's the only reason games have a timeline. Or let's say you're tying in a video game to a movie or something that's coming out. That's the only reason that there's timelines. Timelines for video games don't exist. You know, obviously you don't want to go over budget and take 10 years to put out a game. You know, when you have backers that need money back or whatever.
Right.
Obviously there's got to be some, but if pushing a game 2 months early is the most unnecessary thing, and like all game developers do it. Like, hey, let's release it at this time.
Right.
And it's like, or you guys could just play test it for another 2 months and release it glitch free.
Right.
But that's just never done.
But no, why would they do that?
Right.
Because then they wouldn't have to put killer restraints on the people that work there, and everybody could have a good time and make the game they actually want to make.
And Derek said, I normally support artists, but that was a dick move. Yeah. And then Eli says, meanwhile, Rockstar makes games that take years for people to find all the Easter games. And Sally goes, yeah, exactly.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Well, some studios, you know, they want to push the boundaries and take it to the next level.
Is he okay?
Yeah, it's like, he is on fire.
Is my being upset so hard to understand?
And then some games just want to put out the next one so they can get money. Diablo
Assassin's
4. Yeah, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Like, Assassin's Creed are awesome games. They're fantastic, but like, you can tell they're just whipping them things out, you know?
Yeah. They get a working engine and then they just fucking have 2 teams working on 2 different games. And Derek says the only way I could legit get that B-side disc was to buy a double album I already own. I'm so pissed about that. I was never more proud to pirate something. Yeah. Shit like that is just down and dirty.
He was out scouting in the wilds, wasn't he? That's what the king said.
Then attempting to look for him there would
It just sounds so fucked up because if you say the words like, hey, we're going to make a game and then we're going to release it when it's ready, glitch free, in your mind you're like, well, yeah, that only makes sense.
That's how you make a game.
But that hasn't been done in 30 years. like console games, like for Sega and Super Nintendo. Like when that game came out, that's it. Well, that is how that game. And yeah, there was glitches here and there.
Yeah.
But they had to release because that was it. You can't add a DLC to a fucking cartridge. You know, like the only reason we get them is because these games don't fit on disc anymore, and you have to download everything through the internet now.
Well, that's the main thing. As soon as it became, you got to get a game and instantly get an update to play said game, you lost the ability to just put in a game and play it.
Right.
Like, originally you had to get a game and it was done. There was no change in it once it was done.
Yeah, and like my mom and dad probably, you know, wouldn't realize something like this. But like there was a time close to around when this was coming out where you would buy this game on disc, right? And you would normally think, yeah, you put the disc in, you install the game, and you're ready to rock, right? You play off the disc. But that hasn't been done in years. Like now, you buy the license and you get the installer.
You get a code.
But then you have to go online, and you might have to spend, like back when this was first happening, you and I would have to download a game for almost a week because we had shitty bandwidth when this stuff was happening. We would have to download a game. A 70 gig game would take us like a fucking week to download on our internet back then. Now I can download 70 gigs in a matter of hours. but you would download a game and then you'd have to spend days just fucking downloading the update for it. They haven't fit on disc in a long time.
You could say that, yes.
The nerve of these people.
And like I said, I have to go back on what I said earlier. Director's cuts are exactly what I described. It is too, and it's nonsensical. Like,
Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these.
and Derek said I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Sorry, R.I.P. Prince.
Given the chance.
R.I.P. knowing I burned your B-sides.
Well, as long as it's not Metallica, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You know what's funny? Video games have the same problem that movies have too, is their dialogue scenes you can barely hear, and then the action scenes are like, boom, and it's like, Jesus. Like, don't they have somebody with headphones? Like, hey,
yeah, right.
Turn up the game audio and turn down the fucking action audio. It's like same thing with action movies. Like they're whispering, so you crank your volume up to like 70 or 80.
Then an explosion happens.
You know, there's like a baby crying scene for 20 fucking minutes, or you're just like, oh my god, it turned the volume down.
Okay, there's gotta be somebody.
Dad said, I don't think Prince ripped you off. Bandits everywhere.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to
Sounds like
run.
Randy. Sharon!
No. When he's doing
The Shining.
The Shining, yeah. Jack Nicholson. That was such a great South Park episode, man. That was so good. That was the Blockbuster episode,
When he
right?
buys the Blockbuster.
Oh,
It's
that
their
was
Halloween
such
episode.
a good. Yeah, that was such a good fucking episode, man.
This woman bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
I will kill you where you stand. Let's light
Be
it
my
up.
guest. I've no urge to try out that axe of his.
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people. Darkness swallowed the marshes whole.
Look, this isn't gonna bring your family back, dude. You're having a breakdown.
Someone needs to slap him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad said he was playing b-ball with Charlie Murphy.
Okay, yeah, just.
Darkspawn will feast on our flesh.
Eli, dude, I don't even know you. Why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek, and then he made some pancakes. We're gonna call it the shirts versus the blouses. These motherfuckers came in wearing the same shit they was wearing at the club. Don't get all huffy with me. You know you didn't buy that in the men's section.
Bro, where's my brother?
I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald?
You suck at your job then.
Is that
We're
you?
4 loud people.
Alistair?
One of which is a giant
By
dog.
the Maker, how
You
are
should have
you?
heard us coming.
I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well,
Look at that
he'd set
dog.
Logain
He's so
straight
nice.
Soon enough.
He's a little bitey looking.
Little big beef baby.
Beef baby. He's good. That was a good name.
It is. You
It's
nailed
very
it.
appropriate.
Yeah.
We have found no cure.
Who was that? Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yep.
Yeah, Beef Baby. That's
Yeah,
right.
last night.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh my, that was literally last night.
Yep.
Declined quickly.
Jesus Christ.
No one knows the nature of the illness.
That was weeks ago, motherfucker.
Yeah, way bringing up
Slowest
bullshit.
progress. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the urn of sacred ashes. Andraste's
That was a
ashes
good
are
game,
said to
Prince.
cure
I wish I
every
could say the
illness.
same for you.
But I fear we are chasing
Yeah.
a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
I should go.
I still got a Chappelle Show on DVD. I love him.
Good luck to you. And to you, Alistair. I hope to one day see you again.
Yeah, well.
And you, Sir Donald.
Okay. Okay. Good talk. Good talk. Do I gotta keep talking to you? I didn't.
These
say,
mapping areas are just
yeah,
so
I didn't
cool.
say enough to him.
Ah, it is
So
good to
Donald.
see you again. Allow me to mark my place in my book.
Yeah, put a bookmarker in.
Now then, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
Why is that, if I may ask?
I would like you to
see.
butt out.
The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Tairn Loghain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Tairn has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse.
Yeah,
That is
so
my
3
primary
hours,
concern.
almost 3 hours into this game, and we haven't even scratched the surface of this game. There is so much more.
I have little doubt
Not
he
to
will assist
mention,
you.
the game
My
is
quest,
basically
however,
5
is
different
remains the
versions
same.
because
You got a spring? Can you grab it? Oh, Jimmy brought a little spring in.
If nothing else, I am certain
What do you do with the
you'll
spring?
I have no
welcome
idea.
at Castle
It
Redcliffe.
flung. He
The
plays
Arlessa is
fetch with
there.
little
She
plastic
could tell you
springs.
more than I could.
That's his favorite thing.
Yeah, if we throw him, he'll bring him back to us because he's a good boy. You think I'm lying? You think Prince can't ball? Challenge him! And make sure your people are there to see the game. You know what's funny? They said that about too is Adam Sandler. They said Adam Sandler can fucking ball.
Yeah, he can.
They said Adam Sandler and his crew, they can fucking ball. They said Adam Sandler plays dirty too, I guess. He like elbows and shit. Like they can really play.
Spring.
Now then, what can I do for you?
Where'd it go? He dropped it. Okay, I just got to say everything to this guy because there's something I'm not
I shall be
getting.
returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
And Derek said if that dog had furry fan art made of him, he'd be in that super muscular Barra style with one of those tiny bodybuilder bikini briefs on.
Oh yeah,
That'd be all for it.
Like way too big upper body.
Supposedly, the urn contains
On,
ashes of the prophetess Andraste.
When you get games on Steam, you can kind of scroll below and they have like fan art and shit. And there was a bunch of furry fan art for that Cat Quest game that I had. I like scrolled down and I was like, Jesus, like there's some crazy shit.
I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly.
Yeah, the stuff that's on
once Sir
Steam
Henrik
pages
arrives.
when you have a game is fucking strange sometimes.
My fellow knight and traveling companion. He's delayed.
I
though.
hear you with that chibi spring.
What? And you have his locket.
Jimmy, you hand me that spring.
And a note?
Oh,
Because
I'm getting a little bit of
mercy.
rump. Come on, where's that spring?
Thank you for giving me these.
I can't reach
I
it,
would
Jimmy.
never have known otherwise.
Oh, I had to tell him his friend was dead.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates.
I
on
heard
this
that
mad
squeak.
I hear that was a squeak of spring.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentioned.
Got a little spring.
But I must go. Thank you again, my lady. You have been most helpful.
Jimmy, ready? Ready?
Oh, he's running for it.
He's running for the spring.
Okay, so that was good. Told that guy his friend was dead. Gave him a locket. Got some info. This becomes like the main hub of a town for quite a while for you.
Oh, cool. I love a good hub.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part in any game is when you have a hub area that you can go back to like regroup and, you know, do skill points or something, then go back out from the hub world.
Yeah.
Yay, Jimmy! He bring a spring back.
Did he?
Oh, he's bringing it over here, baby. And Joe said, in case you didn't know, Rick James is buried at Forest Lawn right by the front gate. I posted his tombstone and I really wish they wrote they should have never gave him money. Lost opportunity. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
If you will indulge.
Do I have a choice? What do you need?
You could buy another couch. What am I going to do about my legs?
Hello. Stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can...
His hairy dog in Speedos. Joe, Lego games have the best hub worlds. Yeah, Lego games are always good. They just had a huge fucking Lego game sale too, and I was really fighting picking up a couple of them.
Poison his traps.
Skywalker Saga was down to like $13.
Wow.
And I was almost thinking on picking that up again because that was one game I was really upset that I didn't finish the platinum on because of a game breaking glitch that has since been fixed.
I still want to do the Lord of the Rings Lego one.
Yeah, we got to do that. Yeah. Next time they go on sale, I should pick a couple of them up because yeah, they were all a couple bucks each. I think if you buy the bulk thing, you can get them for like 20-30 bucks for all of them. Yeah, Rick really needs some help. We just gave him some help. My buddy John and I, Merlin from chat, we quote Chappelle all the fucking time. Still cracks us up to this day.
Ever since good King Kalen passed.
Derek said Lego Lord of the Ring on Wii is fantastic. Nice.
I'm the elder here, and I've my hands full making sure.
Yeah, what did we play on stream? We did the Lego Harry Potter ones, right? We did a 2-part stream of that a couple years ago.
We did a whole Lego night. We did that. Didn't we do Indiana Jones?
Maybe.
And Star Wars.
I don't remember.
You want one of my captors?
$13. I paid $120. But I did get that Luke minifigure with blue milk mustache.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a good game though, wasn't it, dude? That game was definitely worth fucking was definitely worth the money though. Because I did as well. I bought it for $60 when it came out. Or maybe even $70. I think, right?
I don't remember.
What did I buy it on PS4?
For what?
Oh yeah, right there. Skywalker Saga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I spent full price for it when it came out.
Is a proud and
But that game was worth getting it at. That thing was really good. That's one of my favorite. Oh, I just loved it, man. It was so good. Dude, I had like 1,200 out of the 1,500 Kyber bricks in that game, and my fucking game glitched out, and my whole save file and everything was fucked. I couldn't retrieve it. That really stung, bro. That really stung. But I do want to buy it again. Like I said, I think I'm going to pick it up next time it's on sale. Because I do want to finish it and get the Platinum trophy on that. And then Joe said, I wonder what the value of that is. Hold on. And then Derek said, yep, Lego Star Wars was when we were discussing Little Caesars, hot and ready. Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Pizza.
And then Joe said, oh, it was great. No replayability, though. You need to start a whole new profile to play side missions again. Yeah, dude, that's kind of where I was at. I was, like, doing it level by level and then going through it. Yeah, Joe said, I got the Platinum. Awesome, congrats. I'm so sorry that happened. No worries, bro. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I had, like, 1,200 out of the 1,500 Kyber bricks. The thing that was fucking me though was I had to go back and replay some of the levels because I missed a ton of the secret like the ship plans and shit. I missed a bunch of them, so I had my work cut out for me for the Platinum, that's for sure. But I was just focused on. I said if I could at least get the 1,500 Kyber bricks, I'll settle for that if I don't have the gall to get the rest of the ship parts. But yeah, that was one I definitely want to go back through just to get the Platinum on it. Because games like that are few and far between where I even want to get the Platinum. But the second I played that game, I'm like, I'm getting the Platinum trophy. Like, it's got all the right shit. Oh shit, those Hurlock Alphas are no joke, huh?
Yeah. So that dude I was just talking to, who was all locked up, if you don't have your dog, he's the next person you can get.
Oh, okay. But we're keeping Beef Baby.
We're keeping Beef Baby.
Beef Baby is fucking shit up. I love games with lots of levels up. Like this. Like, you're getting a level up pretty frequently.
Yeah, especially since you can't do nothing with skill points until you top that out.
Yeah, you need, like, certain amount of strength and certain amount of this, yeah.
Plus, like, all your... Oh, at least we got to see some dwarves.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, all, like, armor and everything is locked behind, like, strength.
Yeah.
Numbers, so...
Well, that's good.
It's important to get all your numbers as high as you can. Strength, mainly, for warrior aspect, because that's what's going to lock you out of the best armor. Like, if you find the best armor, you can wear it as long as you have a high enough strength.
Yeah, that's always a delicate balance in games too. We were just talking about that, which is for strength characters you always need high strength, because you need to be able to wear armor and deal damage because strength is your damage modifier. But then you need dexterity a little bit too because you got to be able to fucking hit because you're useless if you can't hit. And that's why I always like playing dexterity characters because damage is usually modified on dexterity, and since your dexterity is your chance to hit too, you only have one skill to dump, so you can just dump everything in dexterity.
Right.
You know, whereas if you're playing a strength character, you need a little bit of strength, a little bit of dex, and you need vitality too. So that's 3 skills. And usually with dexterity characters, I mean, you only need dexterity, maybe a little bit of vitality, but not much. And then Joe said, I just learned if I sell my Luke minifig, I will get my money back for the game. Nice, but I'm not gonna, because the thought is there. Yeah, that's one of those things too, man. You always want to keep that collector shit. Every time I've sold something, I've fucking regretted it years later. Derek said I thought for a second. So said if I sell my Luke milfing. Gotta do what I gotta do, Derek. That's good you went with the tier 4 of that skill. That's probably the best course of action. They got a nice archery tree. That's what I'm thinking I'm going with. If I do this again, go with an archer. Because it looks like they have plenty enough melee characters for you to fill out your team with.
Just about, yeah.
You know? I usually like to play some kind of wood elf character, archer.
The wood elves have a really good story in this.
Not the city ones, right? Just the regular wood elves?
Yeah, the Duskin or whatever.
Dalish.
Dalish, yeah.
Dalish?
Yeah, those they have a really cool storyline. That's like you're an elf and you're just wandering like on patrol. Elves are kind of like on the outs of like the human world. And,
they always are in fucking video games. Like even in The Witcher, like the elves are like they're getting pushed away from regular society. Oh shit.
And then your buddy goes missing, and then you end up, I think he goes missing, but you do a search. Hey, we get a camp! Perfect!
Sick.
You find like ancient elvish relics, and you gotta dig into that.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see,
and Joe said that the worst thing is I sold my Seto Kaiba starter deck for $20. It's over $1,000 now. Holy shit! I want to go back in time and slap my 8-year-old self. Dude, don't I know it? I sold when I was like just going to like college and shit. I sold every fucking thing, dude. I sold everything, and I regret all of it. I regret all of it. But hey, what are you gonna do?
I don't know if it's really a
the other thing that really pisses me off, Joe, is like even the shit that was like here's something I regret is my Steam account. I had my original Steam account since when Half-Life 2 came out, which is when Steam launched originally. Steam launched with Half-Life 2. And I had a Steam account since day one, since it came out. But I could never remember what my email or password or what anything was, because that was a million years ago. So I lost my Steam account. And then I got out of computer gaming. So I literally just started my Steam account like fucking 3-4 years ago when we started doing the show, and I've been building my library back. But like just having that like 20 plus year Steam badge that all those fucking people have for having it, it's like, man, I don't even have that. And that's digital. That's not even anything I could sell or get rid of.
Right.
But I don't have it anymore.
It's not there, yeah.
Even if I did find it and get it, well, it's useless now because my Steam library back then was only like 4 games.
Yeah, but still.
Because it had just come out. But just having the badge.
Badges.
I'm sure you'll be pleased.
Derek, yeah, they won't know Yu-Gi-Oh! That name won't mean anything to them. I wish you weren't right, Derek, but I'm just happy if I pronounce shit halfway moderately correct. Joe says, sucks, dude, yeah. Yeah, at least I never lost my Steam library or anything. Like I said, I built it all. But, I'm doing pretty good for only having my new Steam account for the last 3-4 years. Probably 4.5 or so.
Okay, so I'm gonna butt in
I'm
here
up to
real
like
fast.
160 some games, I think, at least.
So this whole area, like every time you go like in the woods or like on a mission and you decide to camp or you have to camp or it makes you camp for whatever reason, this whole entire place will eventually be filled with tents and camps.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
As you come across all the people who decide like, hey, I'll join your party, or hey, I won't.
Oh, when they're not in your party, they still live there.
They still live here.
Just like
so
Baldur's Gate 3,
these dwarves right here, I saved them. Now they just kind of hang out with us.
Can both of them be in your party?
No, these guys can't be in your party. These guys are just your store.
That's awesome.
They are a store that is with you every time you camp.
That's sick.
This whole area, this is Alistair's little camp setup. The dog eventually gets more. The dog gets a house thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then this is Morgana's thing. Everybody has...
Oh, yeah.
Morgana,
oh, my God.
Morgan.
This is...
Each person has, like, a designated little place. And then each time you go through it, you'll be like, okay, I want you in my party this time, and you in my party. And you can switch around between your people, if I'm remembering that correctly.
And, well, it makes sense because that's the exact same mechanic as they use in Baldur's Gate 3 and Greedfall and all of that, where all your teammates go back to the camp.
I think if I say I'd like to discuss something personal, I think that will end to us banging.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I think I could ask... what's his face the same thing, and I think that'll end up with us banging.
What do you need?
Oh, maybe not yet.
Yeah, because I don't think either one of those could lead to something sexual. Jimmy!
Yeah, and then gather your party and venture forth.
Oh my god.
And then this is where you get your final
say,
because like I said, your whole place will fill with...
This is reinvigorating me to try to play this because... yeah, I think it's whatever character backstory you played with your other character was what was giving me night. All of this is fine. This is all great for me.
Where can we go? Can we go anywhere else? The lakes. Let's go to the mountains. Let's just look at the mountains and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah, of course. Whatever you want to do, I'm in.
There's no beating it. This is a
this
billion-hour game. You could really sink. And I'll be honest. Oh, we got attacked halfway there.
Oh, that's
Not
great.
even gonna make it.
That's so funny because when you leave in Baldur's Gate 1, when you leave, that's what it says. It says you must gather your party and venture forth.
I'm hungry. Stuff your face at camp. For now, watch the bloody road.
Okay, rush them and spring ahead. Yeah, could we just leave?
Oh, but you're still in the... oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I think all Dragon Age games are on sale right now.
Really?
I'm gonna look at...
oh, some trap shit.
Oh shit! There's a lot of dudes. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pick this up and put this in the reservoir. Yeah, because this has got potential to be insanely fun just from watching this.
It's really intricate.
This is so much different from your last playthrough. Again, I think it's just because you were like a mage. And that mage thing was...
the mage was... so the first one I did was a person. And then I was like, oh my god, you can get a dog. And then, oh, I think I just died. I'm really close to it. And then I played both dwarf playthroughs, and I did the elf, wood elf one, and then I did the mage one was the last one that I did, and I'm glad, because if that would have been one of the first ones I did, I probably wouldn't have gone crazy with playing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like, you know, the storylines really matter to your, you know, how much you're into a game. Like, if you play a game and you're like, I hate this, you're not going to want to fucking play it anymore.
Right.
You're doing great. A grumpy bandit.
Alright, good. Took him out.
Lots of gear too for doing that too. Lots of good gear.
I can't pick this lock. Can anybody?
Oh,
pick
so that's
this
a good.
lock?
So that's a good skill.
No, see, I don't have a rogue. Nobody can pick this lock.
Damn.
No, I don't want to talk to her as him. Yeah. All right. Oh, I don't want to be him. I don't want to be her either. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna save for the second time tonight.
And then Derek said the worst is seeing these super expensive Gen 5 and Gen 6 games. Like I rented Blank Game a million times at Blockbuster. Now people are paying $500 for it on eBay like it's a rare ancient relic. It's just so bizarre. Yeah, dude, I agree. It's, you know... That's why, like, I love real hardware and stuff, but it's getting to the point where it's becoming very difficult to do real hardware on streams because, you know, people are just driving the price of games up. You know, for collection purposes and for YouTube purposes. You know, games that weren't worth shit are now fucking worth a ton of money, and it's like, you know, people tend to scoff if you're like, oh, you know, you play games on Steam, there's no heart. And it's like, yeah, you're right, there's no heart to that because I don't have a real copy, you're not playing a real disc, but it's like, what do you expect? I'm not spending $500 on a fucking game.
Right.
Just to sit there and play on a real controller and play on a real console, and it's like, you know, it's like I don't mind. Like I'll play a fucking Steam version.
For sure.
They're usually got better graphics and they're polished. If you're, you know, there's exceptions to that. Like, you know, Bully that I just recently played. Like that game had all the time in the world to be optimized, and the Steam version of that is fucking terrible. I don't even know how they could sell it on there. But it didn't detract from my enjoyment of the game.
Right, still enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah. No, that's probably something I could have went and bought for relatively cheap, you know? And gotten way more enjoyment out of it playing it for, you know, Xbox 360 or whatever the fuck it was on. Whoa,
yeah.
Shit. Damn, that's a strong party.
Yeah, we are so out of our league here. That's what happens when you go to the mountains when you're not ready.
Dad said the game looks great. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
All right, we're quitting. That's it.
Well, sometime in the future, after I play and beat Inquisition, we'll have to do another one.
Yeah, there's a few of those games, and they're fantastic. Like
yeah.
I said, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It just gets cooler and cooler. I'm curious to know how many hours I did actually put into it at one point.
Yeah, you must have had a bunch because you did get really far. I know that. Yeah.
And not only like that, but I got like really into like everybody's story. So out of the 15 people that you can have be a party member for you, every one of them has like their own whole side quest to do. And that just changes the whole game as well, because if you do one person's side quest before another person, if one person's side quest is like, oh, help the elves escape, and then some dude you have is like, I'll never be on a team with an elf, you know, like
yeah, it can
there's
fuck your whole shit
certain
up.
people that like will not work with others, and that's why it's like you got to be kind of strategic in the way you go about it. But they are kind. They give you those two best people, the people on my team, best people. You can take them to the whole end of the game.
And that's nice that you don't have to fuck around too much with that.
Yeah,
like,
and then you got to get like Dashar or something like that. He's a blonde elf archer dude. He was sent to assassinate you. He botches the assassination. You can either kill him.
He bungles the hit.
Or, yeah, he bungled it. Or you can get him on your team. And if you get him on your team, he kind of always feels like he's going to betray you. Yeah. And if you do things in the right way, he will betray you again.
Oh, shit.
But he's like the best archer in the game. So with that setup, you got to get rid of the dog, because the dog can only do so much. But I like the dog.
I know, you can't get rid of Beef Baby.
Beef Babies, no. We're ride or die.
Ride or die with Beef Baby. Yeah, Candy, super great game. Derek, tons of fun. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, awesome show. Glad. We appreciate it, guys. Nick said this was great.
It's a real fun game.
Yes.
And thanks for hanging out. This is fun. This is good stuff. We should do it again sometime.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. It'll be my pick.
Back on you.
So yeah, I'll be thinking of something. So
yeah, we'll come up with something fun.
Yeah, I'll be going back to my old school PC roots.
To your roots.
Yeah, last couple picks I had were kind of newer games I had played.
Go with what you're vibing
change it up. Yeah, that's my thing. I want to just go with what I'm vibing with. So, but yeah, we'll go back and play some old school PC game and shit, and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time.
Yes, it will.
And just know that you guys are all the best
You
ever
are.
in the whole world. You guys make our whole day, week, year, life by being our friends and hanging out.
Just the best.
It's just the best ever. And I hope you guys all have a great weekend.
Yes, we appreciate all of you. Thank you guys
every
so
one of you.
much.
Love you all.
Love you.
So
What do you gotta do?
much. Huh?
Is it like this?
It's like this. Look at.
Oh, I'm doing it twice.
Look at my hands. Look at my hands. Oh, you were doing it with the elbow too?
Yeah.
I can't even do that. Yeah.
That's like a goose.
Or you can do this one.
That's like two geese.
It's like when swans make that thing and then they swim.
When
around
swans
like
make
that.
love.
Swan love.
Swan love.
That's the ballet, isn't it?
Our stream is like swan love.
All right.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for hanging out, everybody.
Yep. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.